We get live. Hello, people. We live.
These earbuds let you hear exactly.
Oh shit! Hold on.
Sean forgot what he was doing. Well, Sean is doing whatever he's doing.
Sean, hold on. Relax.
He's not even smoking the good shit over there, man.
The night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Stop this conversation. We got no relation. I have come before losing my control.
What is that weird thing up on our stage there? Is this like the Doomsday phone?
Jay.
Somebody punched us out.
I did. I took you out because I wanted to see this banner when we came up.
Oh.
Cheater Jay. Cheater Jay.
What are you cheating on, Jay? I cheating on you, Jay. Are you cheating?
He made a poll who says, who's a sexy beard? And
Beast.
Of course,
Sexy beast.
Sexy beast. And no one voted for us, Jay.
Whoever voted from our room with the number one, that was Joe, cheated because he got 5 responses. He's going to cheat. I got 1.
What are you talking about? I just hit 1, man.
It's 8, yeah, but it's going to 8 chat rooms, dude.
Oh, that's true, I guess. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to News on the Flip Side. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about, so just ignore us. Jay's got some weird breaking news banner in my face for some reason. I'm not even sure what the hell that's about.
News on the flip side. We're 56 days in and still blowing crap up.
Yes, we are still blowing shit up. Yeah, look, the phone's even got a kink in it, man. No, this banner sucks. We're going to change it out in a minute, but no, I just typed that in and that's what it gave me. Yes. It's like that. Yeah.
Sean, if you want to vote yourself, you have to go into a YouTube chat room and do it. Because once Joe voted, all those chat rooms are now they've been counted.
They're now null and void. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Lot of news, man. A lot of news. First off, we're still blowing shit up. 56 days. What is that? 8 weeks, right?
Hey, Google, how many weeks is 56 days? I think it's 5.
No. 7.
days is exactly 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Yeah, see, I know my shit.
Reminder or an
Well, see, you know why this war is so easy for me to remember
Google,
is
stop.
because it started on a Friday. So it's always 7 days. So anytime we do a show, it's just 7 days later than what it was the week before. It's
Yeah.
yeah, Jesse. It does kind of work out weird for us. It's just weird. So
Well,
so I was
we
watching
planned
this
that so
thing.
we would have something to talk about every Friday.
I know. So I was watching this weird thing today. So the Democrats want to vote to protect the Iranians in the United States. Now, if I remember correctly, they were running around chanting, down with the Persians from one shore to the other shore,
Death with
making fun of
America, death with
making
Israel.
fun of the Iranians that were chanting Trump. But now all of a sudden they want to protect these people. No, Democrats, the only people they need to be protected from is you. Everybody else in the country is happy with them. You're the only ones they seem to be protected from. You're the ones that were threatening their lives. I'm a little confused by that whole scenario. Okay, that's just fugly ugly. Man, we gotta get that off the screen. Oh, that's better. Okay. No, I don't like that straight. I don't like it straight up and down. That looks like, especially for whoever's in the middle. You can say lots of bad stuff about them.
Damn straight, man. Damn straight.
So you got to be careful. Well, so the war is weird right now. America's just sitting. America's just dilly docking around. Well, we don't have nothing going on. It's like so Europe. Well, let me rephrase that. France and England said, "Well, we're going to send ships to the Straits and we're going to get this shit straightened out." Okay, well, it's already straightened out now. The U.S. has control of it. They're like, "Fuck you. Don't come over here now. We don't need you. When we needed you, you didn't want to come over here. A bunch of fucking cowards."
If they go now, they're just going to get in the way.
Well, now that we got everything under control, they want to come fucking over here and act like they're doing something. No, fuck you.
Yeah.
You didn't want us flying over your territory. You didn't want to put your life on the line. Fuck you. You can wait until we decide to open the canal back up now.
They wouldn't allow us to use our bases on their soil that we put there to protect them from this very thing.
I'll tell y'all what. This may
think about that.
I think that the Europeans fucked up here and are just now starting to realize it, because now that Rucci's been running around telling everybody, look, if America, he actually said, if America gets out of NATO, I'm moving to America. So he used to be the prime minister of the Netherlands, and now he runs NATO. And he said, if we go, he goes, because Europe will no longer be safe. He said it will take Europe 20 to 30 years to reach where we are right now. By then,
he is one of the smartest men in Europe. I promise you.
And by then, we'll be 30 years more advanced than we are now. So Europe is in a non-catch-up thing. And if the U.S. starts calling in markets, because Europe, they owe us a lot of money, man, since World War II.
Yeah.
I mean, we even pay for our bases over there. Hey, Carrie, how you doing?
Hi, Carrie.
It just. So, I mean, we're getting screwed all over the place. So right now, they figured if they pull out of NATO, remove our stuff from Europe, and pull out of the UN, it'll save America $3.3 trillion, which means we could pay off our national deficit in 10 years. Just by not giving them that money. 10 years. And
Carrie, you have to type just 3 to vote for Sean.
Yes. All votes, you hit one you just hit the number 1, and they all just split out between us.
No.
He's lying.
Do not vote for the cheater who got 8 votes with 1 vote.
Hey, there's some advantages of being owning a freaking network.
Let me
now.
ask you a question.
But I discovered the cheat first, so it's the J move, not the Joe move.
Did Soros talk to Melania over in Italy?
Melania? I don't know.
I don't know why she'd talk to that fucker.
Well, no, she's all of a sudden she don't like Trump anymore, and I can't figure out why.
Who don't like Trump?
The Italian, what's her name?
Oh yeah, no, I don't know what's going on there. She's another one that may have fucked up and just now realizing it. So Spain is like, well, wait a minute, because now the United States is talking about removing all of its people and equipment from Spain. So it's going to bankrupt like 5 towns. So now,
in Spain was very, very chummy with, at least the Spanish government was very chummy with Hitler in World War II. When they had their civil war, they let Hitler come in and help them fight back the rebels. And Hitler used their new Wehrmacht stuff, the MP-38 machine gun and the PO-8 Parabellum, Lugers and all that. So yeah, think about that. They helped. They were friends with Hitler and helped World War II begin.
I don't know. They were friendly with a lot of people. Spain was just like Argentina. They were into it up to their eyeballs. But now Spain's got to deal with losing. So not only will they lose everything the United States has there, but Trump doesn't want to have any spending with Spain at all, and very little with Italy. He just wants to cut them off. And they're kind of like, well, wait a minute. And because Spain's got to have something to sell to. So as U.S. moves off the market and moves to somewhere else, which Trump's been smart. He's been setting up the markets while we've been doing all this. He knew it. See, all this to me is a long game for him. Everybody thinks this is just something he just started up. But no, I mean, if you watch him, he got the peace deals out of the way. Then he took out Venezuela and said, okay, we're going to give you a chance to fix it on your own. If you can't, we're going to come do it. Well, she's like, no, we're going to fix this. Then he goes over to Cuba and says, look, just fix it. We don't want to have to come in here. Just fix it. If you fix it, we'll help you. So the guy got on TV and said, hey, look, we're going to work with the United States to fix it. So now he's got 8 PC deals and basically 3 in 2 countries. He stopped Iran from shooting nukes at Israel and the Vatican and whoever else in the Middle East. So you're looking at this guy thinking, no, this is definitely a long game. And then you look ahead and say, well, what else is he playing? Okay, he's playing fuck the UN. He said, we got 66 organizations we support in the UN. The head of the UN said today, if the United States pulls out, they will have to file bankruptcy.
Wow.
Yeah, well, because basically, who funds the UN? I believe that would be us.
Yeah,
which stands for United States.
Yeah, we fund more than 60% of it, just like we fund more than 55% of NATO. And let's not forget, the Europeans make as much money as we do.
Why do we only pay for it? Why aren't the other countries paying?
Well, that's the whole point. Europe makes $36 trillion a year, just like the United States does. Now, we're one country and multiple countries. We do? And they should be paying more than we do. It's their fucking defense. It's not ours.
It's their property, right? Isn't it?
So we're paying. So look at it like this: we're paying $3.3 trillion a year to defend Europe. And what did Europe tell us? Fuck you. You can't fly over our airspace. Well, fuck you too. How's that? Let them go fucking deal with Russia.
3.3 trillion? Wow.
Well, this is, let me break it down for everybody before I start getting emails. So just say 900 billion goes directly to NATO for expenditures. And then we have between assets, people, and daily bills, 1.2 trillion in military deployed. So that's $2 trillion right there. And then they say we give the UN, because we're in 66 different things, up to $1.4 trillion a year.
Sherry, if you want to vote for Sean, dial 2 in the chat room.
No, it's actually 1. It's not 2. Jay's just trying to scam you. It's just 1. We always put Sean first, so because he's the cutest.
Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit.
These motherfuckers are rough, man.
Oh, this new poll is my favorite new gag that StreamYard has given us. It is fantastic. I love it.
Hey, Sherry, just punch in the number 3. Carrie, punch in the number 3, please.
Number 2 is the Beast. Sean had to learn everything from me to be Beast number 2.
Oh, God, please.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, my God, please.
Anyway, what the hell? We're not allowed to make this banner because it's not safe. I said, news on the flip side, the world belongs to Trump.
It has to be just the 3, nothing in front of it, or it won't register.
Yes. It actually says just hit 1 and hold it down. Yeah, it works just good like that. Let's see.
Sherry trusts me. Hey, I got one. Thank you, Sherry. Now, Carrie, just type the number 3.
Yeah.
Sean, number
3. 2 is Sean is number 2.
No, Sean is not. Sean is number 3. I'm always number 3. I'm never number 1. I'm never number 2. I'm always number 3.
I'm sorry. I have to disagree. I've always spelled Sean Jay. I don't know how you spell it.
Yeah. Well, the J part's right anyway. Yeah, so you got the J part right.
You just need to type in the number 3, Carrie.
Yeah, you
Don't
can't.
type
The Sean
nothing
Papa
else.
Smurf, it doesn't recognize that. Just the 3, and then it'll register
just
the
type
vote.
number 3.
Anyway, now getting back to the news while these two are here
Hey,
trying to hustle.
Yeah,
some votes.
on the flip side, at least Joe and I didn't have to pay for our votes.
That's right. Just click them and go, man. Just click them and go. Is this thing gonna? Okay, what is this? Oh wait, let's see. Here we go. We're gonna use this background. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it.
We got to change the color or the camera scheme again. Then
Hold on, I got to get rid of the other background. I don't like that thing. It's ugly.
that's okay.
Delete.
We're waiting.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, isn't that pretty? No, it's not. What does it say? Oh, hey.
It says
There
news on the
you
flip
go.
side. The
Thank
world
you,
is
Carrie.
Trump.
Thank you, Carrie. You're wonderful. Now I will give you that.
It said the world belongs to Trump, but it wouldn't let me put belong in there.
Yeah.
It was like, no, it wouldn't let you put belong in there. What's that? No, Jesse, just yeah, type away.
Yeah, Jesse, number 3.
Yeah. Just how many computers you got? You're just going all of them.
Look
Type
at
in number
that.
one.
It just went up.
No. It's number 2. Number 2 is the new 3.
No, it isn't. Number 3.
Number 2 is
Oh
the new
man,
3.
Sean's in second place. He fits me in third. Y'all better get to voting.
It's the beard. Y'all both y'all
It's
cheat.
the beard. It's the beard. No man, he's got Papa Smurf beard. Papa Smurf gets extra points.
That's right. Thank you, John.
Dude, yeah, if you come in one day with a blue face, I think you'll win every contest we ever have. Nope, who farted?
All right, we're getting this train on the road here. Let's see.
No, can we continue talking about Italy? I really like her. And then all of a sudden, she just did a 180, and I don't know why.
Probably the war in Iran. That's probably what
I was
over.
just looking at it, and I couldn't remember what it was called. It in World War II, or just prior to World War II, fascist Italy and fascist Germany influenced a proto-fascist movement in Spain called Francoism, or Francoist Spain, where that's what caused the civil. I'm pretty sure that's what caused the rift in the Civil War with the government. And like I said, those were really the opening volleys of World War II. Germany went in and helped Spain quell its civil war, and then a year and a half or so, the only thing, it was 2 years later, World War II broke out, and guess who was on Germany's side? Spain, cool, Italy. Who else? The axis wasn't just Italy and Germany. It was,
that goes Japan. Back to World War II, though, Jay. This is 2021.
That's what I'm saying. I know. That's what I'm saying. I think that's what it ties back to. Is that the government in Spain has had these Francoist, fascist, ideas, proto-fascist ideas from back then, and still do.
What do you think, Joe? I don't know.
I think Spain sucks, is what I think. But
I really liked her.
She's nice, and it's probably got to do with the war. It's like Bill Maher. Bill Maher is right behind Trump right now, just like Fetterman is. But he said as soon as we put troops on the ground, he won't be anymore. So everybody's got their limit. I guess she just didn't want us in the war. Maybe they had some kind of deal with Iran. There's no telling what it actually was. But more than likely, they had some kind of deal going on with Iran, and Trump interfered with it.
And I think there's still a scary aspect of this whole thing. They keep saying that the 60 pounds or 90 pounds, whatever it is, of uranium that they got is buried under one of the facilities that they probably may not, and they may not be able to get to it. But there's been some discrepancy in the reporting of the amount of poundage. Like there's 60%, or not 60%, there's 60 pounds of it here and 30 pounds of it over here. So the not knowing where that material is at this point kind of makes it a scary tentative situation, because if that material has left the country, it could be turned into a legitimate nuclear device. At the very least, it could be turned into several very nasty, dirty devices. One way or the other, if we don't find it soon,
they know where it is.
Be some repercussions.
No, they said they've known where it is all the time, the whole time.
I don't believe them.
And they said
the stories that have come out lately, it seems like they don't know where all of it is.
They said it's one thing. So it was all. Well, even the Iranians admitted it's all together. Iran said it themselves. None of it was separated yet. It was at 60%. It wouldn't have been separated until after it had been enriched further. They said it was all at that one facility, and that's what the Israeli and the American intelligence said it was all at that one facility. They think it's buried under about 300
why did they build
floor.
a third enrichment facility that was also later buried under rubble? I think the material's been split up and we've lost track of it, and they're not saying so.
I don't know. I think they would, because anywhere that this would have been stored would be leaking now, and there's only one facility that shows active radiation. So people forget we can scan this from space. We can tell if there's radiation there.
Well,
and it doesn't matter if it's under 300 or 400 feet.
Over that area right now.
That we would know if we would. Only way we would know where it was is if it was outside their country. And as far as everybody knows, it never left their country. So it's and I remember them talking about the concentration at the second lab, and they're figuring it's at least 1,000 pounds, if not more. Because I have heard the "not more" word come up, or saying come up a few times. But I was kind of skeptical in the beginning because they were bombing all over the place.
Particularly with me, because of the potential, just physical damage they can do to the world with that much. Even if it's just a dirty bomb, they can really screw the planet.
Jay's not going to be happy with something they found in Egypt yesterday or day before that.
Well, I'm gonna. Hey, before you get into Egypt, I'm gonna make some popcorn. I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the show.
Whatever. This isn't part of the show. This is just a blip. This is a blip for Jay and I in the future when we get more data on this. So real quick, so they found a couple of new places in Egypt. They've been going to and finding, interesting stuff. So they're cutting this stone, and guess what they find inside the stone is water, pressurized water. So when they started looking around, they found a couple other things.
What kind of stone was it?
This was a pillar. It was a
pillar.
It was maybe a column. I want to say maybe 18, 19 feet tall, probably 10 feet around, 12 feet around. But anyway, so they cut into it, and they found when it opened, it shot out pressurized water. So they went back and they found just a little fissure. So so they know somehow or another they use water to cut this stone.
Yes.
Problem is no one on the team could think of anything other than certain types of equipment we use today that could make the kind of pressure needed for this type of stone. Because if it would have been like a soapstone or softstone, I mean, that's nothing. You could have put water in a towel.
Well, I mean, if it's a limestone column, limestone is very soft. I mean, I think it's like 4 or 5 on the Mohs scale of hardness. Let's find that out. Hey, Google, on the Mohs scale of mineral hardness, where does limestone fall?
It's got to be really soft.
Yeah, that's softer than hell.
I think it's 4.
It's got to be, but then the blocks that were the pyramid were cut out were actually a harder.
Mineral hardness. What is the hardness of limestone?
On the Mohs scale of mineral hardness, limestone typically ranks between 3 and 4.
There you go. I'm gonna tell you. I know my Mohs scale, man. I only took a couple of courses in mineralogy in my early career as a geologist in college, but I know my shit. Pardon my French.
Woo!
Holy
crap, Jay!
Man,
I'm sorry, guys, but I love geology.
What's going on over there at your house? Are you doing the nuclear
those classes?
shit tonight?
I'm sorry. Those classes were easy for me. I excelled at them. I loved them, and I should have probably stuck with it. I'd probably be able to fight with Robert Schoch with some pretty phenomenal rock stuff, but. I moved on to other stuff, but it's a fascinating subject. I love geology, and it's buried into my brain. It's in there. I can't get rid of it.
Oh my, yeah. Well, yeah, you are a walking encyclopedia, dude.
All right. But anyway, so now they definitely think there was some type of pressurized water that cut these stones. There's no one now. They just got to figure out how.
Well, I think it's one.
But what else?
It's probably one method for like some of the like the detail work. Like the divots in the columns.
Well, the guy was saying. Well, some of the other stuff suggests that one, they were much more methodical than they were, dreamy. They said that because there's a lot of things they're finding in this group that are practical tools used that they had no ideas the Egyptians used. Matter of fact, when I was listening to guys, it's going to probably rewrite Egyptology because it's just tools here that were never in before. All we ever got was the soft tools.
But that's the thing. You and I have argued on this point. What's his name? Chris Dunn has argued this point. The actual tools necessary to do this building did not belong to the Egyptians of the fourth dynasty, 2400 BCE. They didn't have the correct tools. They didn't have tools hard enough. And that's the thing that's always been part of the problem. Where are the tools to cut these big pieces of stone? That's part of the solution. Is I agree with you that one of them is it. I think Chris Dunn is correct. What I know and what he knows of mineralogy, you probably need 17 or maybe as big as a 20-foot diameter circular saw for some of these big stones. Water would
remember, water will always
just take too long. A saw would do it faster.
Oh, no, Jay, you're wrong. Water cuts way faster than a saw does. So they cut titanium with water. They let me tell you, when it comes to water pressure will cut anything. You can cut the top of a mountain off in about 18 minutes with the right amount
there
of
are
pressure.
3 pits there that would hold a 17, an 18, and a 20-foot diameter circular saw.
So
and Dunn has pointed them out. I'm just saying. But that's the big problem. Is the tools haven't been found. A and B, the blueprints or the if you're building an advanced building like the pyramids, you absolutely have to have blueprints. No one has found blueprints. But then the people always go, oh, we got the blueprints, we got the pyramid text. The pyramid text only talk about the limestone cover stones. They don't talk about the rocks underneath, the granite underneath, the buildings underneath.
Khufu's pretty detailed about how the pyramids were built. His son was pretty much
how they
mined.
They don't mention.
He built the first 3 pyramids.
Even the hair, even Georgia with the hair agrees. They don't mention the red granite. And then he also the point about the red granite. How did they mine that and bring it from 120 kilometers?
Well, Khufu talks about how the first 3 pyramids were built. The little mini pyramid, the bent pyramid, the other pyramid were all built by the same person, and it's all really well documented. I don't know why you think it's not. That's all very well documented. Where the materials came from, how it was put together, how it was built.
He and his people trying to copy the pyramids that they found. I don't think the big pyramids they actually built. The small ones around it, yes, because there's the bent pyramid.
The big pyramids aren't that old. I mean, the big pyramids don't date back as old as like the Sphinx did. They're only 5,000-6,000 years old. You're not getting any more out of the great.
No, I think the big pyramids,
no water
the
damage.
3 big ones are as old as there. I think the 3 pyramids are the big pyramids are as old as the Sphinx.
If there was, well, then there would be water damage. There's not.
I think there was 118 pyramid structures on the Giza plateau. 3 of them were not built by the Egyptians. The rest probably were, because they're all only built with limestone. There's no granite inside any of the smaller.
Boy, this
pyramids.
Popcorn tastes really good.
I know, isn't it? This coffee tastes good too, man. I just thought I'd tell you.
Yeah, I ran out of product. The next break, I'm running across the street to give myself a nice refill of
the butter. I have to get. I got to get more butter.
Problem with that is there would be water damage to the Great Pyramids, and there's not. Even the boys who looked at the Sphinx said there is no water damage to the Great Pyramids.
That's because the Egyptians replaced the water damaged stones with.
No, I'm talking. The underneath would have been damaged. The limestone was. If it was that old, if we're talking 15,000 years, limestone would have been gone 12,000 years ago. So there would have been water damage to it throughout those eras.
Repaired it. And I think they repaired.
But that wouldn't have reported the underneath. They would have just covered the rock damage underneath. They wouldn't have.
I think they did exactly.
And then, but the covering's gone, and there's no rock damage. There's no weathering to the pyramid.
There's a lot of damage at the base of the big pyramid.
There's no weathering down the pyramid. It would have cascaded down like water does, and the wind and the water would have cut it. None of that's there. So the problem is everybody agrees that the big pyramids were probably built 5,000 to 6,000 years ago after the fact.
I disagree with
that. The Sphinx was built ahead of time, and they don't even think that. You know what? They think the Sphinx isn't even part of the original pyramid complex. They think it was before the pyramid complex.
Yes, there should be 2 of them, one facing east and one facing west.
But none of the pyramids came later, probably a couple of thousand years later.
Well, but the other thing is, why would you build 3 pyramids to align with the 3 belt stars of Orion at a certain time in 10,500 BCE, 15,000 years, 10,000 years? After the fact.
Same reason they built the things at Easter Island. Same thing they did Stonehenge.
No,
same thing they did Angkor Wat.
Why would they even try to?
But all these places did that. All of these places did that. Well, that's not. There's nothing to disagree with. That's fact. Angkor Wat lines up with Draco at 12,500 BC.
How did they do the calculations to roll the sky back? They didn't have math to do it.
Been doing
None of them
progression
did.
Egyptians been doing it for at least 6,000 or 7,000 years. They mapped the Earth to
impossible.
2
The
degrees.
Sumerians are much better observers of the sky
Well,
than the Egyptians.
I don't know.
That's
The
all
Egyptians
archaeologists know that.
map.
Number two, the Egyptians' math is based on 25. The number
It
25
doesn't matter.
you cannot-
They mapped the planet to
does.
2 degrees per session. That's phenomenal for somebody 5,000 years old. Nobody even argues that the Egyptians did it. They did it. There's no argument
It's
about it.
still
We
off.
just don't know how they did it. You know, we
Hi,
don't know.
Amelia.
Just
There
like
we
the
go.
Chinese. We don't know how the Chinese know. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We done brought the beast out now. Y'all better watch out. You better
Uh-huh.
watch out.
Yeah.
Anyway, you mean Persia? Well, Iran is Persia. Yeah.
Amelia, I just got some
Yes.
popcorn. Every time they
Yes.
talk Egypt, I do.
Well, no,
popcorn.
this was only a thing though, because we got to save this. We got to actually save this for a different show. But what's no, Jesse, they should have more information. They released some of the stuff today.
Good night,
Some of the new
Amelia.
findings they found. Some of the equipment they found. They found what looks to be steel tools, which is shouldn't even existed in Egypt until about 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years
But if
ago.
they had steel tools, that explains being able to work the granite. You need steel to do that.
And so we're gonna see what all of this is. And the one guy was agreeing what we were just talking about, that more than likely the pyramids came after the Sphinx. It looks like there was 2 different cultures.
Yeah.
He said there might even
disagree
be
with you
more
on
than
that,
2.
Sherry.
He said there might even be more than 2 cultures living there. He said one might have built this, and then later on they built this, and then the pyramid builders came later on. You know, because they don't really know, because that's what's so weird about this. People aren't arguing about the Sphinx and the complex anymore being 12,000 years old, and nobody argues about the pyramids being 6. The problem is nobody can agree on how any of it was built. And the Sphinx shouldn't even be a big thing. It's limestone. That should have been easy. I mean, you could water that shit down. Just water and a cotton towel. You shape that shit out.
Sherry said Google says the Sphinx and the 3 bigger pyramids are about 4,500 years old.
Of course they do.
I tend to disagree. I am a firm believer with the 3 gentlemen. Several of them I've actually spoken to on this occasion.
Yeah, they've been on the network a couple of times.
Robert Bovall, Robert Schock, and John Anthony West.
Call Google up and tell them about it, Jay.
Yeah, well, he's wrong. These 3 gentlemen, I agree with their conclusions. I think all 3 of those buildings, the 3 pyramids and the Sphinx, were built in about the 14 or 1500,000 BCE.
Yeah, well, they don't think that. They think the Sphinx was. They think the pyramids were built in the last 5.
Well, no, they think that the 3 pyramids were built in 2400 BCE by the 4th dynasty of Egypt, which is incorrect. They didn't have the right tools or mathematics to do it. I'm sorry, I just don't believe any of the scholars that say that. I believe
I was wondering about
around
something. We make some
BCE.
big assumptions about Egypt. And
Yeah,
I'm not
we
talking
do.
about their tools, because we don't know who else they were associated with. See, we assume that the Egyptians were cutting these stones, but we don't actually know that. Somebody else could have been cutting these stones for them. And it didn't even have to be an extraterrestrial race or anything. It could just been somebody who was just more advanced than they were at the time, had access to hard materials, maybe from a meteor or something.
Well, let's go. Okay, so let's go with some speculation. If and only if these buildings were built 4,500 years ago, and the Egyptians could only operate with the hardest piece of metal that they had at the time, which would be like a brass tin kind of copperish thing. They were literally a Bronze Age, civilization. If they were able to do this with their technology, then we have gotten history way 100% completely wrong. The fact of the matter is that their math is incorrect. They did not have the lodestone. All the tools that you really need to align these buildings correctly to points 0.025 degrees within natural north, south, east, and west. You need to have the lodestone or a magnet or a compass. The Egyptians did not have it at the time of these buildings.
Psychic.
That's just physics. I'm sorry, I can't agree with anything else but the physics about that.
Yeah, well, physics, if you're psychic, which means you can align just as easily with them. You don't need mathematics in that aspect, in a laser aspect. I
don't think you can use psychic ability to physically and precisely build a precise building like that without building plans. There's no building plans.
The building plan's in your head. So that's a bad assumption there, because people can keep a whole plan. I've met many.
We have building.
No. That's not true. I know several engineers, and that whole fucking plan is in their head. If they would have wiped out that blueprint, they would still have their head.
But come on, a pyramid.
No, man, they do it for building
like
because pyramids are easy. There's nothing in them. They're just.
It takes crafted skill.
And, you know, that's one of the reasons the pyramid shows up. You know that, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not the same as carving a piece of wood. We're talking, you know, big chunks of rock,
but
dude.
pyramids are a basic structure. It's the kind you give to your children. So that's why pyramids show up all around the world.
60-ton blocks, okay? It's a lot harder to work with than a
the guy who's picking the block up is 30 foot tall.
Said she is watching Ancient Aliens. They were implying pyramids built by frequency. And let's bring in the giants. Could have been building them with that.
Well, yeah, they're full of shit too.
Yeah, those were probably mammoths, those giants.
So, Jay, let me ask you. I'm going to go down the middle here. Who do you think built the pyramids and how?
There are
them flower child people.
An advanced civilization that is global along this planet before us, before the flood, before the ice age. There's evidence of destroyed buildings, discovered buildings, such as the pyramids and other things. Something was here first, and we moved in after the ice receded. It's that simple. What was here before? Was it aliens? I don't know. Was it us?
It was us.
Was it some creatures similar to us that were destroyed by aliens, and they're trying to rebuild what they accidentally destroyed? We don't know. That's part of the mystery. That's what we're all here trying to figure out.
It's not. I never found that big of a mystery.
I get to the UFO question 100%.
All it really is that because of religion, they shortened our history from 20,000 years to 6,000 years. That's all they did.
Our lifespans as well.
Yeah, and so what happened is our history is much longer than what we've been told, and it's the only way it explains half of what went on in this planet. How advanced we were. We were never that much more advanced. We'd have probably been like 1800
pre-Star Trek.
Yeah, maybe early 1900, late 1800 kind of advancement, but not the kind of advancement we are today.
I think they're closer to more like a pre-Star Trek era, but regardless.
No, because none of their buildings show that kind of structure. Most of them are just pitiful things. I mean,
even the destroyed ones though do show evidence of very precise laser cutting.
Yeah,
type work.
but precise. You know, something I learned in Angkor Watch, which I found was interesting, because I always talked about how precise everything is, and it really is. But you want to know why? Because it was extruded, and no one ever stopped to think about that. They thought everything was carved, and you had to have all these special tools. Yeah, and they found out that it was extruded, which means, oh shit, they didn't have to have anything. All they had to have was a mold, and you know, anybody can carve out a mold. So sometimes we overthink things. I learned that in the Navy. Sometimes we just overthink things. And I think when it comes to the pyramids, because when you look in America, you find pyramids. When you look in South America, you find pyramids. When you look in Europe, you find pyramids. And the reason why is they're a basic structure. They're a block structure. They're easy to build.
Pyramids in South America. There's pyramids on the moon.
And they're easy to build. They're just, you know, you're basically just stacking up until you get to a point. It's probably the easiest for a prehistoric society. It's probably the easiest to build. Maybe not cutting the stones, but stacking stones, you can just use.
That's what I'm talking about. It's the building materials is what makes it a bitch, dude. I mean, think about using, you know, a 2x4 an example versus a 30-ton rock. You know, it's a little different moving a 30-ton rock. You need some precision tools to cut it to certain. And the way Chris Dunn describes it, when they're building the cover stones for whatever's under the cover stones at the pyramid site, they were saying, like, we need a rock that's, you know, a stone that's X by Y Z. And stat, and that they have like the material on site, and then they fine tune it with either a circular saw or a water something just to like shave off like an eighth or a plane of, you know what I'm talking about? You know, so that kind of material isn't easy to do. We don't have that ability. It's just we can barely, if we're lucky, move 10 tons of raw material in one swoop. No,
man. We got those big
as far as rocks go, yes, that is true. Ask the rock guy. They have him on Ancient Aliens. He says we have trouble moving 10,000 tons worth of stone, and he's a stone worker.
They got those dump trucks that are 50,000 ton dump trucks. That's what they made for us.
So this guy doesn't, but he still moves 10,000 pounds worth of, you know,
so
10 tons worth.
And then there's this other problem for the people when it comes to the pyramids, is Coral Key.
Yeah,
we know where those
guy had a secret too. Yeah,
and we know there was no equipment involved other than mental ability. So we always assume that's another thing. We always assume that you had to use
or he knew
a solid equipment. Well, even with gravity. So if you understood gravity, you can use gravity to cut stone, to mill stone, to do all sorts of stuff,
probably
to
move
it around.
those stones into place. Yeah.
I
And
like what Carrie says. Maybe they use UFO to lift them.
That's been speculated as well, and I don't disagree with that one bit. I think it could be a possibility. Some people say sound was used. Some people say like levitation was used. Some say anti-gravity was used.
as far as the stones go, I'm sticking with what they used all over Africa is elephants. There was elephants at the time.
One
they
thing
were
I think we can all
easy to get
agree
their
on is the
hands
ancient
on.
Egyptians of that period didn't really have the ability. They may be able to have moved that rock from the quarry to the building site of the pyramids, but it would have been a bitch and a half for them to move it into sight. They didn't have the ability, and having thousands and thousands of people drag it along the desert.
No, they
Don't
did
really
it.
abide by
So
that theory either.
they floated the rock to the pyramid anyway. They didn't drag it
along the river, but once it got there, how did they move
then
it? It wasn't by men.
Do you know how much
rope.
weight 2 elephants can tow uphill? They can easily catch one of them blocks, no problem.
I don't know how they did it. It wasn't men that did it.
Well, it was elephants, and that's how the Egyptians said. The Egyptians said that's what they used was elephants.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So, I mean, moving those rocks around with elephants on ramps wasn't a big deal. It would have been dangerous.
I've been strong before that the men didn't move those stones once they made it to the job site. Once they were off the riverboat, off the barge, and on the ground at Giza, they were moved by something else, not human.
Yeah, probably elephants. And there's 2 ways to move. And actually, if you really want to be slick about it, you can move them with elephants and actually smooth the bottoms as you're moving them. So you can actually be. So there's a couple ways to move.
Well, it's actually sandpaper. It is literally. It's like
it's literally
sandpaper.
So you got a couple ways you can move stone like that. You can put down logs and just roll it, let it drag it as a roller, which makes it even easier.
Only problem though with that theory, the drag theory, is that there would be hardcore evidence of ramps and things they'd use to slide those rocks.
No, that would have been gone now. No, they were talking about that. They were talking about.
Trust me.
So let me ask you this: Do you see any restaurants there? Any of the cooking gear? None of that's left. They were talking about the society that used to be around it. They got pictures of it now. They found some recently. It was huge. It was a city around this. There's no evidence that even existed. Everything's gone, and they probably hauled off most of that because it was a sacred site. There was probably nothing left behind. You don't think, oh, you just built me this massive pyramid, I'm going to let you leave the rocks and the dirt. No, fuck no, that's not going to happen. That's all going to be cleared out and gardened out and rocked up and prettied up and shined up.
Taking all the gold away and whatever was inside. Allegedly, there were 27 jed pillars along the King's Causeway going up to the King's Chamber. And Dr. Zahi Hawass had all of those removed, and they are to be seen nowhere. They're in the museum, but they're not on display. Why?
Yeah, because somebody done burnt them bitches down and turned them into gold.
No, because they were electrical devices.
Yeah, I think they've been melted down and used away.
Probably.
I'm running out of popcorn. Should I make more?
Actually, we got to go to break in a few minutes. I got a song queued up, but
good. I have to get something to drink. I think I'm gonna go get. I'm not getting coffee, but I need something to drink.
Oh, don't. Well, okay. So there's one of our hosts was an Egyptologist actually, and he worked for the head of Cairo, who was a regular guest on this show, not on this show, but on the network. So it was interesting because when you ask them about the pyramids, they think the ancestors built them, not the gods, not the aliens. They think that for a while there was
here before us, like I've been saying.
The giants. He said they were 50 and 60 foot tall, and they lived off on the other side of the desert, and they were there for a long time. He said that's who actually built the pyramids. He said they did it. He said they're the ones that cut the stone and everything. It's actually written in their history, but for some reason it never gets talked about ever.
Why is that, Joe?
Don't ask me. Because that's not what they want.
It goes against what they've been teaching us for thousands of years. It goes against the handwritten narrative as it's been written.
Even though there is some suggestion that there was some at least larger type human on this planet.
Hey, Mitch.
We don't want to talk about it.
Maybe they had the answer down in Australia. That's me.
Damn Aussies, man. Aussies been smoking that dope, man. I seen him, man, down there getting all high and stuff.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Aboriginals had the answer. Would not be surprised with it.
Aboriginals are interesting in themselves. No, we're not. We're gonna play.
Especially when they talk about the dream time.
No, we're paying 6 Gun Siren. Yeah, that's who we're playing.
Anzac, is that the opposite of Prozac?
Jesse James. No, we get ready to go to break, but it's going to be 7 or 8 minute break, something like that. No, this is Six Gun Siren is the name of the person.
I will
or
be
the
ready.
AI, whoever the hell it is. So this is for all my friends in Virginia. I'm gonna play this song for y'all. Since y'all tried to, just steal some extra seats. I mean, that was just
My brother
blatant.
lives in Virginia, poor soul.
So you Virginians trying to do some stealing. I always want to hate on Trump, but y'all out there trying to steal. So the court said, the Virginia judge, who was an Obama judge, by the way, said y'all were trying to cheat in a big way. So just like in California, y'all have rules about when you can vote on adding or subtracting seats. Obviously, you broke those rules, and you're not going to get this resolved before the midterm. Sorry. California isn't either. Well, Texas didn't do that. Texas doesn't have rules like California and Virginia does. Besides, Virginia just tried to ratify a thing to do away with the
They tried to ratify their state's constitution.
Well, no, they're trying to do away with the electoral college. They're one of the states that joined. There's now, I think, 18 states that have signed off, all Democratic states, because pretty soon they're not going to be able to win an election. If we keep the electoral college, probably within 1 or 2 more elections, there won't be any more Democratic presidents because so many of their people are defecting.
That's a bad thing. How can you explain that, Joe? Why would that be?
But if you go back to a regular vote, New York and California will decide every election from this point forward.
I think they need to go back to the way it was. The way my parents used to vote was it was a split. It was a 4-way split ticket. You had the Democratic president and vice president. You voted for one or the other. You had the Republican president and vice president. You could vote for a Republican president and a Democratic vice president and vice versa. And that actually happened at least once or twice where they were flipped parties. I think that would be the much more fair way to go. That keeps the thing. That keeps everybody on their toes.
I don't believe if you came here as an immigrant, if you came here as an immigrant, Grant, I don't think you should be allowed to serve in politics. I think you should have to be here at least one generation. Somebody in your family, your son, grandson, like that, can be allowed. But if you're 30 years old, 20 years old, 40 years old, however old, you come over from wherever, Croatia, somewhere, and you're in the United States, you're not going to be able to assimilate to our way of life in one lifetime.
Culture shock.
It's too much. And you're going to still be hanging on to your old cultures. So, but if you want to serve the American people, you can't hang on like Omar did. She hung on to her old country, her old culture, just like your boy in New York is doing. He can't let go.
And I think
America doesn't run this way.
Fraud charges that are going to come up against her when they do finally finalize the charges. It seems that any of the legislature she tried to pass and did get passed was strictly to help Somalian only interests, which is not in the interest of the constitutional aspect of her position.
So we got to go to break right quick. So we're going to play Six Gun Siren. And this is, like I said, from the people in California and in Virginia who tried to cheat. This is just for y'all, nobody else. Well, I mean, if you don't like the woke, it's for everybody. On that note, we'll see y'all in 7 or 8 minutes. So just chill and enjoy. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Y'all preach peace with a fist in the air, huh? Funny how tolerance turns into a witch hunt. Well, I ain't playing nice no more. Cheering on death, you belong in a cage. Preaching love, but you're breathing rage. You say cancel this, cancel that. Think you're a woman, but your chest is flat. Preaching freedom while you're chaining my tongue. I'll keep fighting to the last breath from my lung. Calling everyone Nazis and fascists. There's something wrong with your brain. Comparing yourself to Holocaust victims. Damn, you people are insane. Fuck the world. They don't want peace, they want control. Fuck the world. Trying to break my heart, my soul. Fuck the world. Lighting fires just to watch them burn. Fuck the world. It's our time, now the tide gon' turn. Hey. They don't want peace, they want control. Fuck the world. Trying to break my heart, my soul. Fuck the world. Lighting fires just to watch them burn. Fuck the world. It's our time, now the tide gon' turn. Hey. They don't want peace, they want control. Fuck the world. Trying to break my heart, my soul. Fuck the world. It's our time, now the tide gon' turn. Hey. They don't want peace, they want control. and that's right. We ain't going down without a fight. You don't heal, you rot and spread. Woke's a cancer, it kills instead. They divide us black, white, red, or blue, but hate look the same no matter the view. Hair, skin color, we're all the same, but these woke little cunts trying to divide and blame. Fuck the world. They don't want peace, they want control. Fuck the world. Trying to break my heart, my soul. Fuck the world. Lighting fires just to watch them burn. Fuck the world. It's our time, now the tide gon' turn. You say inclusion, but you cut me out. You say compassion, but you scream and shout. You say justice, but you kill the debate. Truth don't live where your hate creates. Fuck the world. They don't want peace, they want control. Fuck the world. Trying to break my heart, my soul. Fuck the world. Lighting fires just to watch them burn. Fuck the world. It's our time, now the tide gon' turn. Yeah. You can try and cancel me, but I ain't signing up for your circus.
Hi, and welcome everyone to Ethereal Encounters Unveiled. Today we are broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 on the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful New Orleans.
Welcome to Don't Whistle at Night podcast, where Navajo legends echo in the shadows. Darren and Dawn will guide you through the sacred fire of native storytelling, where the old stories breathe, the unknown walks among us, and voices, long hidden, rise to be heard. And remember, don't whistle at night.
Oh my God, it's you. No, turn on the lights. What?
Welcome back.
Why is this thing flashing? Okay, there we go. Oh man, I'm sneezing my brains out for some reason. What is this on the screen about? Hey, okay, I know what this is.
Redistricting referendum passed by voters yesterday is unconstitutional. The judge is now blocking certification of the election and denying a motion to stay pending appeal. Virginia's Democratic Attorney General responding by posting that he plans to appeal that. The redistricting...
Of course he's going to appeal that. Why wouldn't he appeal that? Oh, wait, we got to play this, and then we got to get back to talking about what's her name, though. Hold on.
Reverting a depression at that point. Everyone...
Thank you.
That we were going into a depression, but go ahead.
Do you have a degree in economics?
I love this.
Yes, ma'am, I do. Highest honors.
Okay.
Just kids. No, we got to play it again. In case I don't hear, we're going to play it again.
reverting a depression at that point. Everyone, the Fed
Well, I
chairman.
disagree that we were going into a depression, but go ahead.
Do you have a degree in economics?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Highest honors.
Okay.
Oh, I felt that. I felt the burn, man. I felt the burn.
I felt it too.
That was insane. That was just too much. Welcome back, everybody. What is this? Oh, wait, man. See, all this stuff pops up on my screen. People, y'all shouldn't be allowing me to be around this kind of stuff. See, this is before and after. Here, let me play this for y'all. This is before and after.
You what?
So this is before. This is Joe Biden's border, and this is Donald Trump's border.
Mm-hmm.
Crickets, and more crickets. And let's see. Wait, let's see Joe Biden's again. Oh, look at the people, man.
Lined up on this is on the border.
Yeah, this was when Joe Biden was president.
Look at the urine stains. Jesus.
Yeah, and then Trump closes the border, and this is what it looks like now. Because people know they're not welcome here. Oh wait, what is this guy? Who is this? Can we hear this guy?
Isn't he an idiot or not?
I don't know. I can't remember what he's saying here. Oh wait,
there won't be any more crude oil. That none of the land will be usable for agriculture in the world would be 11 degrees colder by the year 2000. Wrong. 200 million people would die each year from the starvation due to overpopulation. Life expectancy would plummet to 42 years and all ocean life would perish. Wrong. Western Europe, Northern America, and Australia will be famine by the year 2000. Wrong. Scientists at NASA predicts the coming of a new ice age within 50 years. Wrong. More than 90% of the tropical rainforest and 50% of the species would disappear within 30 years. Wrong. Moving into the 1980s, the island nation of Maldives would be completely underwater within 30 years, which wouldn't matter because experts have also predicted Maldives would run out of drinking water. Both wrong. Now moving into 2000s, Pentagon analysts warned of global anarchy due to climate change. Major European cities would be underwater by 2020, at which point Britain would suffer from a Siberian climate. Wrong. In 2008, Bob Woodward of ABC News hosted a 2-hour climate change special warning that New York City would be underwater by 2015. Wrong. In 2009, former Vice President and climate activist Al Gore predicted that the Arctic Ocean would have no ice by 2014, which is the same thing Greta Thunberg told us just in 2022. Both wrong, and the ice is still there. In 1970, pulled some headlines. 75 to 80% of species would be extinct.
He just goes through. He eats them for lunch. They never had a shot at this.
Yeah.
What is this?
Bigger. Here are the 7 best stocks to own before SpaceX goes public. This report breaks down the companies building the infrastructure in orbit, satellite networks, and space.
We're glad for you, but we're not interested in that. We don't do that here, people. What is this? We got to get back to
when we talk about an American destroyer, it's important that you and the American people understand their capabilities. An Arleigh Burke class destroyer are the backbone of the United States Navy surface fleet. Over 500 feet long, they displace 9,000 tons, and it is the sports car of the United States Navy. From the keel to the mast, they stand nearly 10 stories tall, and their 4 gas turbine engines can drive the ship at 30 plus knots. These ships are armed to the teeth with surface-to-air missiles, land attack cruise missiles, anti-ship missiles, anti-submarine rockets, torpedoes, 5-inch naval guns, multiple electronic warfare systems, embarked helicopters, extending the reach and capability of each and every one of these destroyers. But far and away, the most important weapon on board these ships is the American sailor. When we talk about an American destroyer,
that's way to. Oh, here's our girlfriend. We got to put him on.
Higher than a century ago, the year of the Tulsa Race Massacre? Higher than the years when the KKK rode unchecked and Jim Crow went unchallenged? Higher than the 1960s when the Supremes and Willie Mays still couldn't stay in the same hotel as the white people they were working with? Higher than during slavery? And I mean actual slavery, not Prince doesn't like his record contract slavery. Higher than a century ago?
They were saying that slavery was higher today than it was back then. I'm like, really, man? Y'all down racism. Oh, Oh wait,
but that was before Bill Maher's vagina started to hurt him.
Yeah, that's no. This is a personal thing, people. So y'all just ignore this if you're not from the South.
What I said was, we're running late and we don't have time to stop and get boudin.
Ouais, c'est la même chose. There's always time to stop for boudin. You just don't love me enough. Free Tibri, give me my boudin.
Give me my boudin. You tell it, baby. Give me my boudin. People, y'all don't know boudin.
Yo, my dad just said he doesn't love me anymore and he wants to give me up for adoption.
What? Ça, c'est fou. That's not what I said.
That is exactly what you said. You know it too.
Bree, what I said was, we're running late and we don't have time to stop and get boudin.
Ouais, c'est la même chose. There's always time to stop for boudin. You just don't love me enough.
I'm sorry.
What is boudin?
Boudin is a sausage. It's a type of sausage. It's definitely a local thing. Now here is
it's the kind of sausage, Sean, that when you're done having it, you go, "Ooh, that good."
Yeah. Now this is Jay's man crush coming up here. So.
Oh yeah, this guy's fascinating.
Oh, I love this guy myself. So it's
very important for your and my safety here in the U.S., in Europe, in the Middle East.
Trump has blasted NATO so many times, and CNN thought that if they grabbed NATO Secretary, I beg of you, if you do one thing today, watch. I beg of you, if you do one thing today, watch this 16-second clip that absolutely humiliates CNN and shows that everyone is pro-Trump.
Is the world safer today than it was before the war was started?
Absolutely, because, and this is thanks to President Trump's leadership, degrading these capabilities is really very important for your and my safety here in the U.S., in Europe, in the Middle East.
Trump has blasted NATO so many times, and CNN thought that if they grabbed General and asked
we're going to put some of these on hold. I'm sure they got a bunch of other stuff down here to look at, but let me find you guys again. Getting back to where we were, let's take this off the screen for a minute so I don't play nothing else. Getting back to, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff on there we always have. We got a bunch of other stuff to talk about. A lot of space and science news this week, too. A lot of UFO stuff as well.
Yeah, the one cool story, I don't know if Sean was able, we were able to talk about this enough. I still haven't locked it down. I got to look into it some more, but it seems like it's legit that they found somewhere near in Siberian area a flash frozen in a lake woolly rhino in 100% like intact, preserved condition, soft tissues and hair and fur and everything, and it's white and it's an extinct creature that they're trying to allegedly cross its DNA with modern elephants to try to bring it back. I think that's cool. If I can bring that, I'll keep looking until I get some verification on that. But that I find interesting.
Can I do something for Carrie and Heidi since they're our best watchers? Heidi, I just pulled a card for you. It's the beaver.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm not even going to say anything to that. I'm just going to be a gentleman and let that just slide right on by.
Manners, Sean. What kind of manners?
Let me pull another card. So y'all got, we had that last night. I'll give you
if it's otter. A banana, I'm going to take off for an hour.
It's the otter. The otter, Carrie. It's the otter, Heidi.
We know what the otter likes to do. Okay.
Yeah, it's not the beaver. It's the otter beaver.
Yes, we're sorry, people.
Sorry.
This is an R-rated show, ladies and gentlemen. So, we're sorry that the beaver got loose. It's Sean's fault.
I walked right in.
Anyway,
cards walking
getting back to our favorite House Representative Omar. So, what I'm confused about something. So you tell everybody last year you got $6 to $30 million. Well, you got to pay tax on that. You can't just go around saying that Uncle Sam's going to be where's my cut? And you're a House rep, so I want my money. So now, all of a sudden,
it's back to 6,000 to 18,000.
Well, she said 18,000 to 95,000 is what she's got right now.
Yeah.
So everybody in Congress is going, what? Everybody in Congress is like, why you fucking did that? Why you just?
She's going to jail. I'm sorry. That's.
So then they found that she's also linked to some bills, in Minnesota, things that they were trying to get pushed through and passed through that I guess you could say are borderline discriminative, but allows for like the Somali nurseries and stuff like that. So they found 3 more of these so-called nurseries the other day, went in and in the afternoon found people there, no kids, but people were actually there working. And the guy says, well, we only open from 2 to 6. And he
Which
said,
is against the state mandate for the
which is 6 to
business there.
6. Yeah, it's 6 to 6. And that's the hours if you're going to get money. So that's 3 more, but the ones
they all seem to have had the same hours, like 2 to 6. They were open. These fake,
yeah, well, that's because they didn't want to get up before then. They were out partying the night before, so they had that. And then this is another great one. So one of these guys they had caught and put him on trial, and they were prosecuting him and all. And the judge, when the judge put him on bond, he said $150,000 and you give up your passport, or $300,000 and you don't have to give up your passport. So the fucking judge let him keep his passport, and guess what happened?
What? He left.
As it got heated up, and he left, took his money and ran. And so now they investigate.
What did you say he was? Pakistani? What was that?
No, they were Somalian. Yeah, Somalian.
Yeah, Somalian.
And so they're looking at him, the judge now. You see the judge, the DC judge is in trouble now. The court told him.
Yeah, how much did that guy pay the judge to get himself?
Yeah. Well, the DC judge got in trouble because he's the one who made him, El Salvador, bring the guy back from El Salvador and all that bullshit. So the judge panel said that no, Trump wasn't, the administration wasn't in contempt, and they didn't break the law, that he did. And he didn't have any business ruling in that law because he was not an immigration judge. So they threw him out. And then they told him that it looks like you're consistently trying to just pick fights with the Trump administration. Stop it or lose your license.
So they accused him of TDS.
Which he has. There's no doubt about it. And he made a statement because he knows if he does, he's just going to make himself in more trouble, because he's not going to be able to say anything without being hateful. And he knows damn good and well, no matter what the decision was, it was against Trump. And I agree with what they said earlier.
So the judge that got pounded on, that was what was it, a circuit judge? What kind of judge was it?
So the judge that it rules against Trump in DC must be a DC circuit court judge. He has to be.
Okay.
So he got overruled by whoever overrules those judges, which
Supreme
is probably
Court,
no, that's like an appellate
court.
An
appellate court.
Yeah, or some state
or
court.
the district. The district court would probably be
Well, you got the appellate, you got the district, and then you've got the state Supreme Court, not just the regular Supreme Court. So it could have been any of those courts actually.
Well, there's lots of levels. It could go all the way to the Supreme Court, but I mean, at some point, it's going to stop.
But they know
stop at some point.
Well, they know going to the Supreme Court's a waste of time. They're going to lose. So maybe going to the state courts they might not.
It's kind of a given. They have to keep it in a blue state, environment.
It's not going to stay there because so if the Supreme Court in Virginia rules on Virginia side, and then they take it to the Supreme Court of the United States, they're just going to override it. And
exactly.
I don't even know if Virginia's courts will override it, because when you read the law, just like in California, it specifically says there is a time for doing this. So the reason it was unconstitutional is Virginia has a law, so when you can vote on these kind of things.
That's why I think that's part of the reason why it's getting chopped down is the governor tried, and I don't think she tried. I think she actually got the Constitution. They rewrote the Constitution so that they could get this redistricting thing through their Congress, and that's what I think is what's stopping it, is that's not constitutional for the state of Constitution.
Yeah, well, and was the same thing in California. The judge said no.
Yeah, they did
you
the
have
same
a
thing.
time for this. You want to do this, schedule it like with your regular vote, which would have been, they would have got the vote for it in the next election. But they couldn't have voted. This was important. They had to do this before midterm. So both the judges said, no, this just looks like cheating because you're doing it before the midterm. You're not really caring about it. And then a lot of people are saying the same thing. How Virginia's 40% Republican. How can they only have one seat in the House of Representatives? That's an impossibility. Same thing in California.
Because the Democrats cheat.
So they're just, well, the country's kind of getting tired of this. And that's why they want to get away from, they want to get to just a solid vote. They want to be able to let California and New York dictate who's going to be the president in this country for the next, forever. Because that's what will happen if you take away the electoral college. People in big cities just vote in groups, even though they know better. But I have noticed this, and there has been some good signs. I've seen a lot of blue city people now start to question things. And I've seen a lot of blacks, like Charles Barkley came out yesterday and said, well, I've been living here. I've been voting Democrat for 38 years. And this neighborhood is worse off than it was when I started voting Democrat. He said, I'm voting Republican now. And you're seeing more and more and more blacks and Hispanics doing that, even though our good friend over at CNN keeps trying to say Trump's numbers are crashing, which, by the way, they are, ladies and gentlemen. But the problem for the Democrats is they're still double what the Democrat Party is at 10%. So even at Trump's 38%, he is still 18% higher than the people running against him in the midterms. That's why it doesn't, everybody keeps saying there's going to be a blue thing, but the Vegas people keep saying, no, there's not. And they seem to be right on their election. So I'm going with them. Jimmy, because I don't think it matters right now anyway, because what's going to happen here in about 2 months, Trump will have finished up what he's doing over there. Gas will be below $2 a gallon in the South again. The economy is actually doing good. There's only 3% inflation.
Yeah, actually, during the break, good segue. I walked outside and looked at the gas station sign. It's still $4.09 here. I think the prediction is by the end of the week it will be $4.89.
But $4.89, God, yes. You need to move.
I think it's trending up. Because when the Iranians announced, or I was earlier this week when they announced that the strait was opened. The gas prices went up immediately 20 cents. And I think
not here, they went down. Well, down here they went down.
Not here, they didn't. That's what I'm telling you.
Y'all's governor fucks y'all every chance.
Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Maryland are the top 3 highest paying states for both gasoline and car insurance rates throughout the country.
Except for California.
Yep.
No, not that. No, us 3 states beat California combined.
California is $6.65 a gallon, my friend, and I've seen it as high.
We are the highest. No, but we are the highest paying as far as car insurance. We beat in California.
Oh yeah, well I don't doubt that because you're up there in Yankee land. It's just outrageously expensive up there. So let's see.
These Yankees are one hell of silly people. I'll tell you that.
So if you are on benchmark Brent crude, you're paying 105 to 106. If you're on sweet crude like we are in most of America, you're paying $94 a barrel, so your prices should be going down, not up. You're below $100. You should have seen it.
That's what I'm telling you. What? As soon as they announced that the strait was free, that's where they went up.
Governor Shapiro.
Yeah, Shapiro, man. Yeah,
he's the one. He's the one.
Shapiro. Oh, you know who's been cracking me up is that fucking Governor Hochul. So there's a clip of her. I'll see if I can find. There's a clip of her screaming.
Oh, I know.
If you don't like it, go to Florida. If you don't like it, go to Florida. Now she's saying maybe they should be sending people down to Florida to get them to come back to New York to pay for all their high dollar plans they got.
Are you serious?
And the program. Oh, she was on TV just the other day begging them to come home.
And you know what? She wants to physically remove people from the state of Florida and bring them back to New York.
So now New York, Chicago, well, California, New York, and Illinois want a new thing. They want to tax you if you leave 80%. If you leave, they want to tax all your shit 80% before you leave. And they want to get in the revolution. People will.
Oh, well, also, did you see the video with Mom Donnie where he goes up to the camera and he's like that, and he calls out what's his name's $328 million apartment up on this penthouse building? What that guy is asking to let the gates open up the floodgates and let everyone out of the city. People are going to flood out of the state if he keeps up his silly antics.
It's
hey, Kara.
Hey, Kara.
Oh no, Jeffrey, you're in fucking Canada, man. You don't pay by the gallon. You got that stupid imperial shit.
You pay by the liter or something like that, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, so y'all pay like twice what we pay in gas. Yeah, it's outrageous how much you know. What's really sad though, if you live in the Middle East, you pay by the tank, not by the gallon.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, back in the day, it was like $3 a tank for them big 30 and 40 gallon tanks. Now it's probably like
15. Yeah. Hey, Google.
It should be that.
Where on the planet do people pay gasoline by the tank rather than the gallon?
Gasoline is sold by volume.
$3.93.
Gallons or liters everywhere. There are no countries where it is sold by a flat rate tank price.
Wow.
Google, I think you're wrong, baby.
She's not always right. Yeah, she is round though.
She's I remember many. I mean, well, it is later in time now. Maybe it is like that today, but I remember many times they're out there. Matter of fact, I remember them talking about it just recently when they were in Afghanistan.
Well, I do know, like the commercial traffic, they have when you went to the pump years ago, they had like the I forget what it was called, but it was an extra keypad for like the local truck drivers whose gas was paid by the company, and that was usually by the tank. You know, they could fill up that tank like once or twice a day. They knew how much gasoline each truck usually required per day. You know what I mean? So that was bought in bulk and purchased in that respect. But that's the only way I know in this country it was sold by the tank.
Yeah, all jet fuel.
You had to have a corporate account, obviously. So I mean, that's different.
Yeah, all jet fuel, all aircraft fuel is sold that way in bulk.
I would think, yeah, because I mean,
well, they try to buy it when it's low.
How many gallons does the wing hold? I mean, the wings are the gas.
A couple thousand, but they do it because of prices. It helps them to ensure to keep the prices down. So they got like their own they basically got their own salt dome that they keep full of fuel. So they stay ahead. It's not like it's not like it's just a 1 month supply.
It's like buying a lid of weed versus an eighth of weed. You save on the volume. Yeah. When you pay for more.
Well, I don't know if anyone want to pay for weeds, man. I mean, you can pull that shit out your yard. Hey, what's a weed?
Let's see, Carrie. Your Google is $1.47 a liter. Hey Google, how much is $1.47 a liter in U.S. gallons?
$5.57 per liter. That is about $5.56.
Oh, look at that! Was right on the money. Right on the money. $5.57, boy. You man, look at that. Yeah, I still kind of remember my metrics, sort of. I never planned on traveling where I needed this shit. No, I had to learn it because of construction. Because they like it.
You know what would be really cool is when they do actually come out with the Star Trek transporter, you can just teleport from New York to LA in 27 seconds. That will be cool as hell. That will kill the OPEC nation. And probably will kill the global market anyway. I mean, just think about how quickly the economy will go down when you can go anywhere at once for free.
No, Jay.
I just want to be sitting here. I just want to be sitting here and look over at my computer and egg muffin and coffee send. And while we're talking, to just materialize right there. Does that be happy camp? I'd be 800 pounds.
Three tacos, Mexican style now. Boom, extra cheese.
Yeah, we went by Pedro's for lunch today. One of my partners was in town, so we went by Pedro's for lunch. They got good quesadillas over there.
If you ever get to Lower Georgia, Alabama, there is a chain of Mexican restaurant called El Potro, which basically translates the fat one. The food is fantastic. It really is. They have 4 or 5 of them within the Savannah area. There's a couple. I think there's a couple in Mississippi, maybe some in Alabama. I don't know.
What they chains are weird down here. So Mexican restaurant chains last about 4 years, and then someone else buys out the business. They still have the same restaurants. They just change the name. Sometimes they'll even change the interior. But it's basically the same menus. It's really weird how they do it. But there are a lot of authentic restaurants down here that are chain restaurants too, which is strange too. Getting authentic Mexican food in a chain restaurant is weird.
Yeah, they're still around in El Pocho. They're still around in Savannah. That is El Pocho.
Jeff, if you've ever had real Mexican food, you know it's not like Taco Bell is all I can tell you. Taco Bell is American Mexican, yes. It's different.
It's only acceptable when you're on the road.
Welcome back, Heidi.
The only time I ever ate Taco Bell, I was a manager for Taco Bell. I ate them in the wee hours and because I knew the secrets of Taco Bell. I knew why it made you sick, what the problems were, because Taco Bell, just like McDonald's, by the way, gave you a choice in which so as a manager, you got the choice. Were you more interested in keeping your customers happy, or were you wanting to make more money for your bonuses? So they would allow you. So like with Taco Bell, you can order, it's a 50% soybean, 50% beef mix for your tacos instead of 100% pure beef. Or you can order the 100% pure beef. That's been a while since I worked for them, so maybe they changed it, but that's how it was when I was with them. And as wasn't just that, there was other things you could do that. And problem was I actually ate at the store, so everything was 100% because that's what I ate at. Well, because you could get like the rehydrated beans, or you could just get the beans already made that need to be heated. They just
Well,
taste.
you know, that's the hamburgers they sold in that the guys in the Navy had on the ship was soy burgers. They weren't beef.
They had to quit doing that because too many people developed allergies from soy. It's in too much of our food now, is what it is. So, yeah, they did that at school too. A lot of the Catholic schools and private schools, and even public schools, were getting soy burgers and not real burgers. Mainly because you could keep the son of a bitches. They could sit out on the counter and they wouldn't even go bad.
Yeah,
I tried a soy burger once. It was, I couldn't do it. Like you said, Heidi, icky poo poo. They were nasty. And what you call it? Burger King, Burger Thing, the BK Steakhouse, we call it up here. BK Steakhouse has that awesome or whatever burger. It's not. I had the burger on a Monday. The flavor didn't leave my mouth until the month ago, Monday later.
It's
30
the
days later.
Impossible Burger.
The Impossible Burger. Yeah, because it's impossible to get the taste out of your mouth. It lasted a week or two at least. It is the nastiest thing on the planet.
Then they got in trouble because they were putting real beef juice in the vegetable mix to make it taste more like a hamburger.
Well, no wonder all the vegetarians got sick.
Idiot people. They still have it. No, I'm not eating it. That's vegetarian food I could eat. I ain't gonna eat that though.
Yeah. I'm gonna eat vegetarian food. I'll have a salad. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I like a good wedge salad, man.
Yes.
I can
do hearts of romaine. I like hearts of romaine and romaine salad itself. I also like iceberg mixed salads, and then a good dressing.
Well, I can eat a good Caesar salad, Jesse. Yeah.
Hey,
Santiago peppercorn is the best dressing out there. You'll love it.
I found a new type of salad dressing.
Oh, please do tell. Welcome to
Island.
the food porn segment, everybody.
Hold on. Thousand Island mixed with honey barbecue sauce.
What?
The new salad dressing I found.
I know. That's delicious.
Thousand Island.
What you just said.
It's Thousand Island.
Yep.
Mixed with honey barbecue sauce.
And they put Thousand Island in every motherfucker.
I don't know. Maybe honey, but you lost me at the barbecue part.
I'm just saying, I had it the other day, and it was something freaking to die for. It was so good.
Sometimes they're good. You'd be surprised the mixes that they put together that are good. Who would think that
the
cognac
funny thing
sauce
about,
is
he
good?
brings up the Thousand Island dressing. I mean, that's basically what the Mac sauce is on a Big Mac.
Yeah, Big Mac.
The only difference is that Big Mac's secret to that is they call it their secret sauce, is that they add ginger to it, Japanese or Chinese ginger to it to give it a little bit of kick. So it's a little more spicy than regular Thousand Island dressing. That's the difference. And the reason they don't bottle it and sell it in the stores for people to purchase and put on their own burgers at home is because they're afraid people will find out that they put ginger in the goddamn stuff. And the secret's already been out.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, it's weird that McDonald's doesn't sell any of their product, but neither does Burger King. None of them really do.
They have, honest to God, I think it's changed. I think they changed the formula, but they used to have the best honey mustard sauce that you would get with the, chicken McNuggets.
Who sells their sauces? Whataburger sells their ketchup and stuff.
Taco Bell sells it. You can get Taco Bell taco.
Yeah, well, you can get Taco Bell stuff. Yeah, you get their powder mix for tacos and.
No, but I'm talking about the little packets you get in the store.
Yeah,
you can buy in bottles now at the store.
Yeah.
I think at some point, I don't think they're doing it now, but at some point, Jersey Mike's was supposed to sell their meat at the delis and grocery stores, so you can go and buy like a pound of, Jersey Mike's.
They're gross.
Meats to make sandwiches.
It sounds like you're saying dirty Mike's, man. Like he's got a dirty Jersey. Yeah, dirty Jersey Mike.
New Jersey Mike's. They started in 1956.
Jersey Mike's sandwiches are gross.
I've only had the pleasure one time. No, they reminded me of Firehouse Subs.
I can't tell you. Listen, I can't tell you how many times I've gone there. I usually buy a giant number 13, just a regular. It's an Italian sub, Mike's way. I don't get any cheese on it. I don't like cheese on my subs, and I get it's now up to like $19, I think. But I've gotten it so many times that I go up there and I go to buy that sub. I have enough points for a second. I'm like, oh well, quickly make me another one. I'll buy this one and I'll take that one with points. Bam! There's 4 lunches at work right there.
That's Jimmy John's. Jimmy John's is good.
Yeah, I like them. They're a little expensive too, but their food is good.
Nasty, putting damn freaking Brussels sprouts on shit. Oh my god!
Oh,
man.
I hate Brussels sprouts, but there are other normal stuff. Their Italian sub is actually quite good.
They got put out of business down here. You know why? Because they were nasty. We don't see you Yankees eat nasty grass for food. We don't eat grass for food, man.
I don't. I don't.
Food down here in the South.
Hey Joe, I got a joke for you. What is cauliflower?
I don't know. It's nasty, is what it is.
It's the ghost of broccoli.
Yes, it's the ghost of broccoli. Oh my god! No more drugs. He's cut off officially, people. Yes, he's cut off. I like broccoli. Cauliflower just don't have any taste. That's the problem. It just doesn't taste like.
How could you put broccoli on the sandwich, dude? I don't
on a
understand.
sandwich?
It'd have to be cooked and sliced for me on a sandwich, but raw in any of my favorite dressings as a dip, 100%. Have you guys ever tried or heard of Firehouse subs?
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't.
They're pretty good, and they're usually cooked. They're usually warm. They're just fine.
Shit. If Jay ever comes out here and eats a po' boy, he's never gonna eat a sub the rest of his life. He'll be like, "What?"
Well, my po' boy can't have pickles, so that's the only thing. But I do like the idea of a po' boy.
Well, see down here, it's weird. So like, if you go over to, they got po' boy shops all over town, and they all got their specialties, and there are a few sub shops too, but most of them are po' boy shops. But you go in. When you go in, so almost all of us eat roast beef the same way, just usually mayonnaise, whatever cheese you like, and gravy. And it's more like you eat it like this because the shit's just, and there's a big roll of napkins. It's a deal. It's an ordeal. I always tell people, it's like going to barbecue, don't go dressed nice because you're going to probably get the shit on you. They're fabulous. I mean, they're just dripping, and people will eat these damn things. And then that's where they invented the hamburger debris sandwich in New Orleans, which is just a hamburger with roast beef, gravy, and debris on it. Them things, Arby's wishes, where Arby's got the idea from here. It's been around like, I don't know, 100 years or so. I think it's been longer than that, actually. Because New Orleans, it has this thing about a lot of their sandwiches came around during strikes or doing famines and stuff like that. So the original po' boy was just roast beef, debris, and french fries. That's what it was. And it was a nickel for a loaf this long. And that's what they gave you. And people munched them down and went back to work. And then they gave them away free to a lot of people because of doing the streetcar strike. Nobody could afford to eat. Then later on, they started filling them with shit. And then they started dressing them. So then it went from a sandwich to the fucking thing is always at least this thick. And so you eat, and it's always on French bread. Crunchy.
Well, you know what? You called them po' boys there. Here in Pittsburgh, they have a restaurant. It's called Permanis. And what they would do is they would make a sandwich and they would throw French fries and coleslaw on the sandwich for the steelworkers. And they were really cheap. And they're still going.
It's one of those things that people were trying to help out. That's how muffalata got invented. Just another sandwich like that. It's just good. Yeah, quick stop. There's still a few quick stops around where you can get po' boys at. They still got a few around. They down on the coast, it's a little different. The food's different down here. I mean, you can get a good po' boy down here, but not like you can in New Orleans. The roast beef doesn't taste the same. It's there's a couple old places you can go in. Man, the food is just freaking fabulous. These old ladies make chicken. I don't even know what they're making. Man, people line up because they only do it like the one lady does it on Tuesdays. Peppermill does it on Thursdays. There will be lines down the street to get the freaking chicken.
There's a question for the audience and everybody involved.
What is it? What's the question?
What color and type of cheese was used on the first Philadelphia cheesesteak? American yellow, melted American white, melted American yellow, yellow American.
I don't have a clue.
I don't know.
Wow, you're from Pittsburgh. That's not. That's kind of.
We always get it. It always comes with some kind of white cheese down here. Usually like
same here.
Provolone.
Hey, Joe, let me ask you this
we'll let that simmer a little
quick.
bit until we'll let that simmer a little bit until and I'm from Maryland, by the way, and I know the answer, but we'll let that simmer a little bit until some answers come flying through.
Your
There we go. There we go.
Your sub shops down there. Do you heat up your hoagies?
Yeah, you can.
Sometimes, yeah. Depends.
Just
I mean, that's why I brought Firehouse subs. Firehouse subs and Jimmy John's both have heated subs, so they're both very good in that respect.
Well, I said that back in the 80s when I was in the Navy down in South Carolina, I would go to a sub shop and they would make me a sub, okay? And I said, do you mind putting this in a pizza oven for about 10 minutes? And they looked at me like I was weird. They did. They didn't throw their sub sandwiches in the oven, to where in Pittsburgh it's an automatic to do that. I had to throw that in there.
Now, see, down here it's weird depending on what you're getting. So a lot of po' boys, what they'll do is, because it's crunchy on the outside, they'll take it and they'll put it face down on the grill, and they'll grill that side of the bread, so it makes it crunchy, but it keeps the inside soft. So when you eat a Louisiana sandwich, it's not like a hoagie. Hoagies are soft when you bite into them. When you bite in one of these, it's like crunch, and then it's soft. And I mean, it's a crunch. It's not like some little girly crunch. It's a crunch. I mean, when you squeeze down, it's gonna be. They're just, the problem with eating Louisiana sandwiches is they're just messy. Even when they're not roast beef, they're just messy but it adds a layer of flavor you can't get. And then of course you can get with sesame seeds. So you can get the crunchy ones with the sesame seeds too. You get regular hoagie buns, soft buns too. It's just, and they'll heat those for you. I mean, they get a little crunch to them. It's not quite the same, but
oh no, these ones are crunchy as hell.
Quiznos used to crunch up a little sub.
Yeah, Quiznos was good. Quiznos were like I think it was they were kind of do a panini style. Wasn't that what they were?
They were just an upgraded version of Subway is what they were, but they use a little different kind of bread. Yeah, they used a different kind of bread. And it was more of a French style bread than a sub bread.
And in my opinion, quite like faddish. Like, you know, do you guys remember in the 70s there was a fad with the restaurant called it was Liz something or other, but they all they served was crepes.
No,
I didn't see them.
There was a chain of serious restaurants that was like they probably weren't open for lunch. It was only like a dinner deal, but they only did crepes where they would come. The guy, kind of like Benihana's or like with the teppanyaki where they cook at your table for you. They had the crepe maker there, and the guy would put the batter on the upside down frying pan and make the pancakes for you, whatever you wanted, chocolate, strawberry sauce, Bob. You know,
never had.
It was very cool, but yeah, it was a very quick. Short. My mom got one of those type of pans so she could make crepes for the family. It was a very, very short-lived 70s fad.
You know, people get into that kind of stuff. It's
they're very cool foods, but they're not like, you know, American pancakes. They don't, you know, 3 of them won't fill you up.
Yeah, well, crepes are so much lighter than a pancake is.
Oh my God,
crepes are good for rolling stuff up in too, though. I mean, you can make
we did that too. Yeah, like you can do cannolis with them.
Yeah, you could do that, or we made an Italian. Well, it's a Greek actually. We used to do the Greek lamb leaves.
The gyros.
Yeah. Well, no, these were lamb. No. These are lamb rolls. They're rolled up in grape leaves. So you roll them up in there, but instead of using the grape leaves, they were using crepes. So they would double roll the crepe and roll this lamb mince. Shit was fabulous, actually. It was like some kind of Greek dumpling almost. It was weird, but it was good. It was definitely good.
The seasoned lamb that I've always wanted to see if I could, and I don't know how long it lasts, but it was probably a 25-pound sausage. But I've always wondered what it would be like. How much would it cost to purchase the heater? And it's usually a gas heater. And I do have gas hookup at the house, so I can get that. You know, how much does that machine cost? And how much does a full 25-pound thing of gyro meat, the lamb beef, you know, sausage?
Mix, yeah.
And I want to have a party where, you know, that's what we have for dinner. Everybody brings beer, and I just stand there and I cut gyros for everyone. And
well, you know what? You better bring the cucumber sauce along with it.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Without question, sir. And that would be an extra. There would be extra of that because people are going to want more of it than normal.
Jack. So any good gyro comes with a cucumber sauce. They got a lot of names for it. It's a cucumber sauce. There's like 10 different names for the damn stuff.
The traditional name is tzatziki.
Yeah,
it's like a salad dressing with
cucumbers.
I think it's not chive. It's what's that other thing? Is it lentil?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever it is. It's a good sauce.
It's dill. It's green dill. And whatever they put in the cucumber to make it into a sauce.
Yeah,
Very good.
Yeah, no, I think it's yogurt, Jeffrey. I think is what they use.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. It's some type of it's Greek, so it probably is a yogurt. They like to use that.
And it's got dill as a spice in it.
Yeah, it's good. It accents the lamb really well. And most people
don't forget the feta. Feta's part of the deal too.
Yeah, feta's
gotta have good feta, some good
Feta's
tomatoes,
tough.
some good.
And you got to have a good wrap. You can't really have a really thin wrap. You need a kind of a little chunky wrap, something that's going to hold.
It's got to be a thick pita wrap, yes sir. Yeah.
Well, in the United States, they call them from heroes to gyros to gyros. Just depends where you are, and who you're talking to. I usually just point and say that's what I want because I want to get into a discussion with somebody for 15 minutes. But the proper name is not that important. I'm more interested. All I'm interested in that it's a true lamb beef mix. Because you got to watch. Sometimes they want to just say all beef, and it's not the same. Like Aubrey's makes one, but it's all beef. It's not a lamb and beef.
The one at Arby's, even though it's made with roast beef, they do whatever spices they put in it. It mimics it. The only difference is they don't have the feta cheese.
Yeah,
and I don't think they have the tzatziki sauce.
No, it's something different.
I'm glad they don't have the feta cheese because feta cheese sucks.
Oh, I love feta cheese, dude.
Most of the time on gyro, you don't even know it's there. It's just tossed into the salad part.
Yeah, it's more a garnish than anything else at most points.
Yeah, because a lot of times when you eat it, you don't really notice until you're like into the sandwich, and then you're like,
oh.
Yeah, what's your point, Heidi? You don't like gyros, gyros?
Oh, we will ban you from the network, girl.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You have to go listen to that KGRA shit
stuff on that. Gyros are. I mean, I'm not Mediterranean, but I'm half Italian, so that's okay. Never mind. I am Italian, but I'm not Greek. I mean to say we're not Greek.
You're funny,
half Italian, and half like Northern Sea from Scotland, and that would be also Viking. So I'm like a mutt with like Italian, and there's German, there's Southern German in that, and then there's also Northern Scottish, Western Netherlandic, and then Northern Ireland. So touch my nose, it's wet. I'm a mutt.
Yeah. So why is this
has a question?
No, thank God. I can't stand blue cheese.
Feta's a whole different kind of cheese than blue cheese.
It's similar, but there's no mold in it.
Feta is a little bit chalkier of a cheese. It's a little brittler of a cheese. It's not.
I almost threw up. It just a little bit came to the back of my throat just then thinking about blue cheese.
Gross.
Cheese is good, man. What are you talking about? I like to mix a good blue cheese with a good ranch any day.
It's got mold in it.
So what? So does penicillin. It should have saved your life all the time.
Have mold.
That's right.
Hey, you know what else? You know what else? Cheese is mold. So
yeah. Cheese is a giant fart, man. That's all it is.
Cheese, it's what's for dinner, dude.
Oh, in my house? No, there's 8 or 9 different cheeses in my house right now. We eat all kind of stuff. No,
I stopped eating hard cheeses because I thought they were giving me kidney stones. Now the doctor tells me go back to eating hard cheeses. The soft cheeses are giving you the kidney stones. I'm like, come on, make up your mind, dude. I mean, it's so frustrating. But I'm going back to getting like big old chunks of like solid Longhorn or even New York sharp cheddar, and I'm going to eat the mother F out of it. You know what?
So let's see. What was I looking for here?
Come on. Don't. Oh, my God, Joe.
What you doing?
Heidi, read what Heidi just said. We'd never do that.
I'm not on that page. I'm somewhere else.
Okay. And please, damn it, don't ever ban me from UPRN. Like, scared
we don't ban anybody. There's only one person ever been banned from UPRN.
Your penance is you have to have one gyro on camera as a guest on the network.
Gyro,
come on, man,
get it right.
Gyro, one person ever whatever you want to call it. We all agree it's delicious and yummy. You can take tomatoes out if you want. You can add onions if you like. You can add feta, remove feta. But
real quick, have you ever eaten kibbe? Have you ever eaten kibbe?
Yes, I have.
Okay, that just sounds like something nasty.
Kibbe is raw. Kibbe is raw hamburger rolled in like nuts and spices to kill the germs in it.
I've eaten raw.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
That's good.
No, it's really good. Actually, when it's made right, it looks like a cheese ball. So you might like go and grab a cracker and go with a little buttery cheese and go and spread on it. And by the time you swallowed it, you realize, oh my God, that was raw hamburger.
I like that steak tartare. I'll tell you that, man. That shit is delicious.
That is good too. I've had that. That is excellent.
Well,
stuff.
steak tartare is technically it's not raw. It's actually cooked, but it's
cooked in the it's like basically like soy sauce, whatever the sauce is.
No, it's a onion, lime, tomatoes thing. It's acidic,
Yeah,
is what it is.
It's like Worcestershire sauce could do it. Soy sauce.
Yeah, anything with a heavy acidity to it can cook your meat. So
vinegar will do it. White vinegar, red vinegar. I think white vinegar is better than red, etc., etc. And so
I'd rather have red vinegar. I'd rather have red.
I don't like vinegar.
It'll still do the trick, just not as effectively as the white. That's all I'm saying. I mean, all of those acidic type of things will let it. I mean, it's sort of like it makes the edges of it look like, because I thought when I was eating steak tartare the first time, I thought it was just pieces of roast beef sitting in its own regular natural juices on a plate with crackers nearby. So I was putting on crackers and those little tiny places of bread. They're like that big, and it's making little roast beef sandwiches. And my aunt walks by, and I think it was her. It was either a Christmas party or Thanksgiving. All my aunts and uncles and cousins on my mom's side were there. My aunt walks by. My aunt was like, by the way, 6'2", very tall woman. And I said, this roast beef tastes really good. And she goes, oh, you're really liking that steak tartare, huh? And I went, you mean raw steak? And she's like, yeah. And she kept on walking, and I went, okay.
It's delicious stuff.
And I kept on it was that good. I mean, I was
usually most places I've eaten it
about it for a minute, and then I kept eating it. It's good.
Oh, that's good. Usually most places I get it comes on a little light, really thin, crispy, airy cracker with whatever the little dressing is,
and
then
it's
the
cut
steak.
very thin too. I mean, it's like whisper thin. You can actually fold it up and look through it and see the person on the other side of it.
When they make it as an hors d'oeuvre, they put the steak down and they layer it, and then they put the acid on top of whatever the little veggies are, and you pop it, and it's all in one bite. I mean, everything goes in at one time, and you get all the flavor. It's delicious stuff. It's good to eat. No, Jack, we're getting ready to go to break. Why? No, we're going to talk about a couple things when we come back.
I'm going to be leaving about 12:15.
So, ancient cave sealed for 57,000 years reveals artifacts of non-human origin.
Really? Well, okay, we gotta talk about that when we come back from break. Then that sounds very what was it, Schulte? That sounds very interesting.
Yes, and then there's what's this one? Hold on. No, Jack, we get all this stuff stacked up. I gotta stop using this computer. It's been irritating me lately. It's like using a fucking dinosaur when it's not a dinosaur. If it was a dinosaur, I wouldn't even get upset with it, but it's not. It needs more RAM is what it does. Somebody sent me not so blurry UFO pictures. Oh, and speaking of that, I was going to stop by and see you and Jeffrey, and I forgot.
Oh, okay.
I think I haven't talked to Michelle about it yet because I don't think she'll do it, but I want to do. Maybe I'll send an invite to Preston. I want to do a David Wilcox show. Just let's talk. Who was this guy? Yeah, we'll do it on a. Excuse me.
Yeah, we talked about him on tonight's show at the beginning.
Yeah, but I just who is the guy? What did he actually do? I got tore up by Kerry today. He was a scientist. He said, no, he fucking wasn't. Where'd you get that bullshit? He wasn't a scientist.
He briefly worked in the aerospace industry with a company that oddly did some of the same things that some of the missing scientists did, which was delved into exotic propulsion systems such as anti-gravity. So he's connected in that fashion right now only.
They what's that, Jimmy? It's no, and most of the youth. Well, there wasn't nobody really that disappeared that were directly related to the UFO field. You can try to add David, but these people that went missing had serious degrees. I mean, and these weren't rookies.
Before we're going to break, how about I break it down for everybody? This is and I think that the number has gone up to 12 today. It was at 11 last night. I think it's up to 12 now.
We got the list somewhere.
Yeah, I haven't verified the 12th one. Jeff brought it up to our attention at the show prior to this, but I'll say it with 11. So 11 scientists and or people that are not scientists but tied to the Los Alamos, Alamogordo, and Sandia National Laboratories region of technoscience. All of these 11 or maybe 12 scientists come from this area. Of those 11, 5 of them are tied to General McCasland.
Yeah,
and that makes 6 that are under direct, or 5 people rather, and 6 people total that are all working under General McCaslin there. Those 6 people are tied together. The other 5 are, under the same areas, Los Alamos, and, those same scientific research areas. That in and of itself absolutely indicates there's no conspiracy. Someone is doing these people systematically, like a spy game thing, and I bet you it's China.
Whoops, what the hell was that? And so I got some kind of weird buzz right as you were finishing up there. That was definitely kind of a.
I don't hear anything. I've got an earbud in.
No, it was something on my end. I guess I was moving past something and it just beeped. Oh, that's what it was. All right, never mind. I found it. I don't care about rockets landing on Earth. Okay, damn. Sorry about that. I guess I had something still open when I'm.
And when we come back, if there's no more answers to the Philly cheesesteak poll, I'll reveal the correct and winning answer.
Hold on, Jesse. It's let's see. NASA scientist backs evidence of non-human intelligence in Earth skies. Now you just heard us say something about a non-human intelligence and something else. There was several of these articles today on non-human intelligence and light speed travel.
I was looking at earthly news today, not non-earthly, so I didn't see any of those. Well, but good catch. That's awesome.
Yeah, these were all off of all places MSN.
Really, MS once now is in
no, not them. MSN is
the other one.
Yeah, MSN is just their own little thing.
Yes, I got you.
It's what's that, Jackie? No, they got their own chain. Oh, stop with that. Oh, sorry, guys. It was blasting me. The general and all of them, Billy and the boys. There's so much going on these days. It's kind of so. Gavin Newsom, before we go to break, he's under investigation. So everybody always said he spent $1.5 billion on the rail. No, he spent $150 billion on the rail. And it's only got 1.5 miles of track.
Well, I think he started off with 15, and then he got rich people in California to donate the rest that he's wasted.
No, all this is taxpayer money, all of it.
Was it? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But he did.
I thought
he's out there begging for more.
Yeah, I know. I thought, because I had heard some advertisement in LA, I thought that's what he was doing, that he was getting money from, the business people to pay for it. Because didn't Elon had built an underground tunnel himself that was going from his house to downtown LA. He put his car on it, would drag him down there. He bought some old line up and converted it. And he was going to do it. And then for some reason, he decided to get out of the business.
What did he get? It was like an old mining shaft or something? Or
you're going to have to look it up. I don't even think it was that. It seemed fairly sophisticated. It might have been.
There was a lot of mining going on back in the 1850s and whatnot.
You know what it sounded like? It sounded like a utility tunnel that he converted.
Which probably is a result of some of the mining that might have been a result of the 1849 gold rush. Anyone ever hear of such a thing? 1850.
You know where the original? Do you know where the original gold rush was taking place?
Sutter's Mill,
North Carolina.
Isn't Sutter's Mill in South Carolina?
North Carolina. That was the original gold rush.
Yep. Hey Google, where is Sutter's Mill?
Ain't that where the aliens came?
Mill is located in Coloma, California, within the Marshall Gold Discovery State Historic Park on the South Fork American River.
Hey Google, when was the first gold rush in America and where?
The first significant gold rush in America began in 1799 in Cabarrus County, North Carolina.
Thank you, Sean.
Yep, you're welcome.
I did not know that. That's awesome, dude.
Well, it makes sense.
And you call me an encyclopedia. Same to you, buddy.
But that makes sense since that's the side of the country everybody was on in the beginning.
Well, yeah, I would guess so. I mean, that's where the bulk of the concentration still is.
Yes, it's still there. Actually, Gene, I think the West Coast is around 50 million people living on it, and the East Coast is just the upper East Coast is probably around 80 million.
Well, why don't we ask Google this? Maybe she knows. Hey, Google, which side of the United States is more populated, the East Coast or the West Coast?
It's going to be the East by far.
It's going to go neither. Watch.
If it does, it's dumb because east is by far.
Significantly more populated.
Wow.
Roughly 80% of the U.S. population lives east of the Central Plains, while the West remains lightly populated.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Usually it says east of the Mississippi River is what it says, but
well, east of the plains. That's where that's what she meant. That is the flat part of the of the country where the an ancient we know for a fact that ancient ocean used to be.
Jimmy, no. Oh wait, what's this? We might play this before we go to break. Hold on. Let me find out where the hell I am, and then I'll tell you if we're going to play it or not. Oh yeah, this is what we were talking about earlier. Hold on, we want to play this for sure.
Why don't we do break?
Wait, hold on. We're gonna play this before we go to break though. Hold on. I'll put that back up in a second. Let me go back and get this. Just give people something to think about. This is one court scolding the other court.
What? Oh.
Okay, so here we go.
See the wheels of government colliding. All right, it's up there.
Okay, let me get it to start over. There we go. Let's hit play.
Zip it. Oh, it's from there.
Chief judge for the DC federal court system to stop harassing the Trump administration. That's really not an oversimplification. They accuse this judge of abusing his discretion, of engaging in an improper, inappropriate investigation, of basically meddling in the executive branch's ability to make decisions on national security issues. And this all stems from that incident that I'm sure a lot of us remember when the Trump administration deported members of Tren de Aragua to El Salvador. A judge said, turn that plane around, or, you can't turn them over, bring them back. And then they didn't. And this judge found them in criminal contempt for not complying with his order. This federal appeals court pretty much smacked him down and said, you were wrong to hold them in contempt. They didn't even violate your order. And now we're going to issue something called a writ of mandamus, which is an extraordinary remedy that is the court ordering another court to do something because the government has no other option.
Right. Well, you know what? No one does.
The appeals court
just told you hear that? They wrote on their mandingus. Nice.
Do not misbehave. No, or quantum entanglement. This was a great little piece. It's we might play this on another show because it's one of these things that'll give you a headache. So you seen the new pictures of the living galaxy? It's badass. So they've been taking these.
Was it last year or 2 years ago when they made the first actual photograph of a molecule? Remember that?
Well, it looks like there's filaments connecting everything in space. Like the dark matter is actually some type of connection between things.
Well,
and then they improved they improved with the quantum entanglement, which is what we're looking at right now.
If you look at some of the stars in the Milky Way and you put them against, say, the engrams and neuron systems of, say, human brain, they're almost identical. So them having tendrils and or nerve endings between them does not strike me as at all surprising.
Well, this is the other thing with these with over here with the quantum, with the molecules and stuff. They found out
entanglement is.
Yes, well, they found out that even though they're separate, they're still connected, and it doesn't matter where they are.
Not apart. Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter where they are in the universe; they're still connected. They could be completely on the opposite side of the universe, and they're still connected. It's something that we're learning about that's going to really change the way we look at space and time.
Maybe the west of us, yes, our south. So this is Eastern, Tibetan philosophy. They've known for years that everything in the universe is tied together. Everything is separate but apart. I mean, I'm sorry, is separate but connected.
Oh, wait, where'd this go? Did I forget this piece? We might have to play this before we go. Damn it, where'd it go? It's is this it? Nope, that ain't it. Yeah, I just had it in front of my screen a minute ago. Is this it? Nope, that ain't it. Oh, well, maybe we're not going to play it because I don't know what I did with it. Anyway, ladies, yes, I guess we're going to take a break now since I lost the article I wanted to play. It's
the problem. You put too many windows up, Joe. You gotta.
It happens sometimes when you get a bunch of shit on your screen. Well, there was one. It's just, let me see if I can find it. I don't know what I did with it. So there's one on there that shows the they call it the Black Aurora.
Heidi.
They call this plane the Black Aurora. It does Mach 9.
What?
Yeah, they were showing it. They said this is the plane.
Plane or a planet?
Plane. They said this
okay.
plane. They show. This says this plane does not exist according to everybody, but yes, it does exist. It's insane.
And what kind of speed is it doing?
Mach 9.
Wow.
At 132,000 feet. So it can fly at 132,000 feet at Mach 9, which technically makes it the fastest thing.
Higher and faster than most of our missiles. Yeah, even the hypersonic ones.
Yeah. Yeah, Mach 9. It's well over the hypersonic threshold of 6.
Wait, do you want to throw this up or not?
Yeah, go ahead, toss it up. Yeah, we're going to go to break, guys and girls. Take a listen to this song. There'll be some promos, and then we'll be back probably, maybe, sort of.
Sono le 6:30 del mattino.
The night has come, it's cold losing my control. Your light is gone, alone the darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Stop this conversation. Stop this conversation. We got no relation.
Hi, and welcome everyone to Ethereal Encounters Unveiled. Today we are broadcasting live on the United Public Radio Network and the UFO Paranormal Radio Network, 105.3 on the Gulf Coast and 107.7 FM in beautiful New Orleans.
Hey, welcome back.
All right. we only asked back. Hold on a second. I got to play. Wow.
Disappear.
Hey guys, I'm gonna head out. All right.
Okay, Sean. By the way, before you go, just so you know, the answer was number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah, there were 2 shops in Philadelphia. Let me put my camera on. 2 shops in Philadelphia that came up with the same. Well, one shop came up with the sandwich, and he used a melted yellow type of American cheese. The shop across the street was losing his customers base to that shop across. I don't know if they were directly across, but they were like kitty corner. But anyway, he decided to do the same sandwich, but he wanted a different cheese, so he melted a white cheese. and both were applied with a brush at the last second. The last thing they did was put the cheese on and hand you the sandwich.
Oh, thank you for that, Jay.
No problem. So the answer technically is white and yellow, but it was yellow started it out.
All right, guys.
Just put me some damn cheese on my damn sandwich.
That's all you gotta do. Hey, I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Get some sleep,
night,
baby.
everybody.
Okay, man. Get some rest, dude.
Go dream of Kamala Harris.
Bye-bye. See y'all. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Yeah, man.
Queen Camilla.
Poor fella. All right, so that poll was kind of successful, but
When I get up in there, no, Jeffrey. Today, I don't know. Our government is just weird today. They used to get along half-ass. I mean, there was a lot of bipartisan stuff done in our country. A lot of big projects.
even I mean, especially even under one of the most successful Democrats was Bill Clinton.
You had a lot got on Reagan, a lot on the Bill, and then after that, it seemed to just.
So here's a quick question for you, Joe. We have said this quite a few times. Bill Clinton paid down the national debt under his 8 years. Who messed it up on the way out? Who was the next person that came in and that messed it up?
But it was who came in after Clinton? It was Baby Bush. He had the war.
He didn't do it. He wasn't smart enough to do that.
He had the war, so he had 8 years of Iraq.
Yeah, so he had a fairly decent rating all the way through.
Yeah,
it was a very popular war.
He got most of the time he was like 74%.
No, I think the bottom fell out under the next Democrat. Who was that?
That would have been Barack Hussein Obama. And there's no doubt the economy fell out under him. So it was, Obama gets a lot of blames, and Obama's not man enough to stand up and say the things he did wrong.
The evidence is in the pudding. I mean, like the chef says, the proof is in the pudding. Under the Democratic rule or the Republican presidencies, spending was done in a conservative way, in a way which it was profitable for everyone, both politician, lawyer, sleazy swamp guy, and Joe Plumber. Everybody was profitable under Bill Clinton. Why not under Obama? Why not under Biden? Why did the bottom fall out? Why did the bottom fall out? I mean, it was going good.
Obama took over. He took over. He ended the Iraq war. Well, I think he ended the Iraq war in his second term, but Obamacare is what did him in. They didn't know how to pay for Obamacare. They still don't know how to pay for Obamacare. Okay,
so the problem with Obamacare is, and Obama had the right idea, but he didn't go. He let the insurance companies extort him into what they wanted, not
he didn't. He let the Democrats extort him into.
Yeah,
so Obama's plan. He had a solid plan.
He didn't know the Potomac two-step. That's the problem.
But Nancy and Chucky and them told him what to do, and that's what he did. And you could tell. I mean, so it wasn't supposed to be catastrophic coverage, but that's what it ended up. I mean, a $6,000 deductible is useless. Mm-hmm. And he knew that, and stuff like, once you're over 76, they can decide whether you can have these kind of surgeries. All of that stuff was just dumb. I don't know what they were thinking there. And all of it's still there today. I mean, it's not like it wasn't turned into law. It was, but you had all of that. And then
every one of my friends they had small businesses. One of them made props for Ancient Aliens, and he made props for, I think, one of the Terminator movies as well. And if he didn't, he made replica props to sell for, like, promos for those movies. Their insurance doubled in cost for the 35 or 40 employees these small companies my friends owned, and the benefits were cut in half. So they were paying twice as much for less coverage than they had prior to the Obamacare Act. The ACA, the Affordable Care Act. Think about that. I mean, it was supposed to do the exact opposite, and it did exactly what it did.
You lost your doctor, you lost your coverage. I mean, and prices went up.
It killed a lot of mom and pop shops. Those friends' businesses no longer exist because of that.
Well, because they said, well, you can get insurance for $160, which is true, you could, but your deductible was $7,000. what you're going to use it for. Unless it's a disaster, you're not using that. You're going to be taken out of pocket for at least $7,000. Most people can't afford that. And they knew that. And they still did it. And it's still there even today.
Yeah.
It's, so yeah, they can actually honestly say, hey, you can get insurance for $200, but it's not real.
Yeah.
It's there if you get really sick, but other than that, no.
Mm.
And most people that are in that position would probably qualify for Medicaid in a disaster. So I don't know. It's he got fucked mainly because he just didn't know what he was doing. He was a junior senator. I think he had made 2 votes or something. He had no clue who anybody was. He was a community organizer that somehow found himself in a Senate, which was odd to start off with. Usually people like that start out in the House.
I can say this much. I have had different types of insurances over the time from various jobs, but one of my jobs had some of the best. Where I am now, it's only $62 pre-tax. So I take the $62 and some change out for all of my insurance, dental, vision, and there might be a life insurance in there too. I'm not sure, but all of my medical and health and life, $62 package. At my previous job, it was like $127 or $117. It was an odd number like that, and it was better coverage. Obviously, it's twice. It was almost twice as much. This coverage that I have now, there's certain medicines they don't. I had a what do they call it? A proton pump inhibitor, and I forget the name of it, but this over-the-counter name of it is Prilosec, and I have to purchase. It comes in a 3-pack, and I think each pill bottle has 42 pills in it, or it's 24 or 42. My dyslexia is coming in on that, but it's $9. It's $10, $9.97, $10 for that 3-pack of bottles of Prilosec, and I have to take one every day. Otherwise, when I swallow food, it gets stuck like right here. It's the weirdest thing. Without that stuff, I can't eat, and my insurance won't pay for it.
Yeah, so
that. Something I have to have in order to my stomach acid doesn't roll up into my throat while I'm asleep and burn like it has been scarring my esophagus.
Yeah, I had to when they put me on blood thinners when I got that stint, they had to give me back then it was Nexium, which is the upgraded version. It's the upgraded version. So back then it was $360 a bottle of 30. And the blood thinner was $270 a bottle because I didn't have insurance.
My insurance won't pay for it. I have a brand new kidney stone. I found out Monday. 3 weeks ago, we had a kidney sonogram, and I don't know why they did both, but they did both kidneys with the sonar and my bladder, which is not very comfortable, especially because you can't pee until after they're done, but you have to be full. So it sucks. Anyway, the doctor said clear. There's no kidney stones. It's 3 weeks. New goddamn kidney stone in there. It's 5 millimeters, and it's not blocking the kidney, but it's obstructing the ureter to the bladder, which is what woke me up at 4 o'clock in the morning and sent me to the hospital ER that morning on Monday morning. Not fun. So I want to find out what the hell. How fast did that goddamn thing form? Was it a day, an hour, a couple of weeks? It's been 3 weeks. I'm beyond frustrated and pissed.
Yeah, that kind of goes on with that kind of stuff.
Jackie's
talking about the acid that they turn off the acid pumps in your stomach because our stomachs make an acid.
Well, I know that may be part of why the stomach. That's why maybe why. But this right here it's extra acid. This is a lemonade. Straight. No, there's no vodka, no ice. It's just straight lemonade, sugar water.
No, they call them pump inhibitors. That's what they are. They stop.
Yeah, proton pump inhibitor. Yeah, that's omeprazole. It's a proton.
Yeah,
pump
I found out.
If not, I will sleep, and then my stomach acid will it'll come right up my throat. And they went down there with an orthoscope, and they said they had to stretch out my esophagus, and that it was scarred from acid reflux.
Yeah. No, that they put me on Nexium for that. I was on it for a long time. But they don't like.
Yeah, I've had Nexium before too. Yes, it was a good one.
Well, Nexium works better, but they don't like. The reason they like Nexium over the other one is because the other one, caused cancer. And
it's also a much larger pill too.
Yeah, but the little Nexium
is only like 20 millimeters.
Yeah, I forgot. They put me on something else right now for it.
Well, my original prescription was for that same omeprazole, I think is the counter name, but the or the prescription name, it was 40 milligrams. So, and I have taken 220s. It works the same as
depending on the company. So a lot of times they'll come with, you can buy 1 bottle, 2 bottles, or 3 bottles. That's how they make the packs for some reason.
That's right. I got 3 bottles for $9.97 of the omeprazole, the Prilosec. It's the Equate brand. It's Walmart's. Equate. It's that brand, and it's $9.97 for 3 bottles, and I think they're 42 pills to a bottle. It's right next door in my bedroom. I'll go get it when we go to the next break, or if we have a break. Oh, we're almost over anyway. But it's like 140 something, 120 some pills. What's 40 times 3 times 6 plus 6?
I don't know. They can be life-saving little boogers, man.
Yeah.
They keep
me from like boiling my throat with my own stomach acid. I can tell you that much.
Well, see, after I got that stint, I'd been doing a lot of speaking. I was traveling. Man, my throat was getting itchy and scratchy. Someone seen a doctor. And he said, "Oh no, you got acid reflux."
Yeah, acid reflux, yeah.
And he says, "I'm like, really?" He said, "Yeah."
If it goes high enough, what you did, it would burn your vocal cords. What it did to me.
Yeah, that's what it does. That's when. So I was affecting my speaking because you know. And he said, "You talk a lot because of what you do." He said, "So you're already straining your vocal cords. This is just making it worse." So he put me on it, and it made a big difference. But then I'd been on it for like 10 years. He said, "I got to take you off of it." And he did. I've been off of it for probably about 10 years, but now it's back. So you got to get back on it again. But it works. I mean, it takes a little while for it to get in your system, but once it gets in there and big enough dose, it works really well. Jackie, so if you go to like a store and just buy it in whichever brand you use, it's going to give you usually wants to give you a 14-day supply. And then they want to see if it stops it for you or not. Because for a lot of people, that's all you need. And it stops it.
But it's also over the counter now, so you don't even have to go to the doctor to try. Yeah. You can get it in 20 milligrams. And it's called it'll on the bottle. If you go, I don't know if you have on air at the Walmart, it'll have that name Equate, and then it'll have that yellow circle, and it'll say comparable to whatever the name brand is. This is comparable to clearest, which is a throat number for people with a cough or sore throats in the wintertime. It works for people who speak because it helps. It makes it help. It's getting bad, but you know what I mean. It's a tool. Use it. I don't see any problem with that.
Yeah, that's what they're for.
It's $9.97. Go and get a bottle. It's like I said, it's like 126 pills. It's like half a year or a quarter of a year, whatever that number works out to. And if I don't, honestly, if I've been at places where I'm eating lunch and I had to regurgitate my whatever sandwich I was trying to eat because it got stuck here and I wouldn't go any further because my stomach said no, closed. We're closed for business today. It was the weirdest thing.
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of different stuff out there that you can take, but Prilosec, the two main, which is the Nexium and the other one.
Here's a good also segue that I actually went to my doctor today, and they had put me on a statin, and I didn't disagree with the reason why. And I was reading the bottle on the statin because I'd started eating grapefruit, and I happened to see grapefruit on the bottle of my statin.
Oh yeah, a lot of them you can't take grapefruit.
And it says not to take this with grapefruit because then it won't metastasize or metabolize in your system. And so I talked to my doctor. I didn't actually talk to my doctor. I talked to one of his resident assistants, but a doctor, and they took me off of that statin. It was a nice lady, and she put me on a new statin that does not interfere with grapefruit, or grapefruit doesn't interfere with it rather so much. And I got the second half of the shingles virus, so I did have the virus as a kid that will give you shingles as an adult. So that won't plague me either. And tomorrow when I wake up and I wonder who's punched me in the arm, I won't blame you, Joe. Just so that's on the air and recorded so everyone can see. Where's it actually feels like a bruise now, but there's the poke hole right there. The official thing. No shingles for me. Now, if they show up tomorrow, I'm going to be very upset.
Oh, Gene, we got all kinds of stuff when I was a kid. Chicken pox and
mumps, measles. In England, what do they call? What do they call mumps? They call it what do they call chicken pox? They call it the pip. Because you look like a
No,
dice,
not
dots.
Kirby. Who told you? Smallpox kills you, my friend.
Smallpox will kill you. Chickenpox does not. We had chickenpox. We had rubella, which is the German measles.
Yeah, smallpox kind of like the plague.
We suffered from all. We were the ones that experimented on with the vaccines, which
right. So all you people could have,
and we all got those things anyway. And you kids, your kids' kids, are the exact result of the experiments they pulled on our asses.
Matter of fact, there's a bunch of y'all don't even have to get vaccinations because they wiped out the disease. So you're not
thanks to us.
Yeah. Well, smallpox is one of them, by the way.
Kids born in the 60s and 70s, we were the ones who they filtered those viruses through us and killed them. But we all had to suffer from those diseases in order to build the antibodies that they could use.
So if you were born in the 60s, 70s, or 80s, you got a little weird circle on your body somewhere where you got this shot.
I don't have that circle, by the way.
What you got? You got the liquid kind?
Yes.
Well, no, James. They had a type that was a liquid they could squirt.
One that left a permanent scar. Most of the kids in our area had that scar. My brother, sister, and I do not.
Yeah, my doctor put it. You can't see it. It's right here on the inside of my elbow, and there's a little round thing with 4 holes in it. Well, they gave it to you, but let me tell you what, it ended disease, and y'all don't have to get it. We do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have that scar. Unfortunately, that's old. I was in that age group.
Like I said, 60s and 70s, we were the ones they siphoned those vaccines across. They didn't work. Just like, guess what? I'm not going to mention it, but 6 years ago. Isn't that clue enough?
Yeah, they what's it? G? Well, so there's about 100 diseases that's been eradicated, but humans are stupid because we eradicate disease and then we put them in a petri dish in a lab somewhere. Yes, and then nobody alive today.
And then if something grows, we go, "Oh, holy crap! Look at that!" Yeah.
So if you're 35 and younger, you have not been vaccinated for smallpox. Actually, I think it's 40 and under. So if it ever gets out, there's several diseses. If they got out right now, would kill all of y'all.
35 is probably right, though. I think 35.
It's somewhere right around there. It's. Well, no, there was a certain age. I believe it was at the end of the
90s, probably.
The millennials. I think they. So maybe the beginning of the millennials might have still had to get, no, because my son didn't have to get it. He's 40. So
35 years, dude.
Yeah, so maybe it was just the baby boomers and the not the Z-Geners, the whatchamacallits. I can't remember what the hell I call them now. The one after the baby boomers, Mike. Yeah, just for some reason it's not popular.
Yeah, you did, but there were a couple of choices here. Like I said, my brother and sister and I, we don't have that scar for that. We have the different choice, I suppose, which was probably the more dangerous one, I would think.
Well, no, Jack, polio was also a liquid when they gave you. They popped the top of squeeze in your mouth.
Polio has only been eliminated on this continent. It still exists in places in South America and Africa. So don't be fooled. Don't go swimming in strange waters without checking yourself for cuts and scars and bite marks.
Let me see right quick. Maybe we can do it old school. So no, actually, I did post about the economy. So highest wages in the history of the United States. Lowest unemployment in Hispanics and blacks again because Trump did his first term.
Yeah, he's got the record twice.
Yeah,
he improved on the record this time.
Yeah, inflation I think is 3.1 or 3.2%, which is low.
It was like 4.2 when he left office last time, I believe.
And that was because of COVID. Because the whole entire time before COVID, he was at 2.2. Because
he got butt reamed by the who alphabet soup guys down there,
and then
with the nasty bug.
Well, no. So when you look at Trump's things, you have to measure this 2 different ways. You've got pre-COVID, which was an outstanding economy,
45.
and then you got actual after COVID,
47.
So no, I'm talking about just in the same term. He's got 2 and 2 years. He's got 2 years as a clean president, making nothing but progress, and 2 years as I got fucked in the ass by
Getting
COVID.
hammered by the Dems, yeah.
So that was just pathetic.
And then 4 years out of the office, still being hammered by the Democrats.
I know.
Prosecuted for 34 felonies and still winning the presidency and still. Wait a minute. Let me back that up. Joe, guess what? Our president is a sitting president with 34 felonies, and he's 2.5 years into his administration.
No, it's not quite 2 years yet.
Okay.
January
1.5
makes 2
years.
years.
Okay, 1.5.
Yeah.
Well, so he's closer to 1.5, coming up on 1.5.
Yeah, it's probably right at 1.5. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, he won in November, Chris, but he didn't take
hold on.
office
Is this not stellar or historical, or has this happened before? Have we ever had a sitting president that was a felon?
I don't
times over felon.
No, I don't think so. And the problem is, he probably won't be a felon when he gets out. But
hey, Google. Besides Trump, have there ever been any presidents sitting as president with felony marks against them?
I didn't even know that it was legal that you could do
I don't
it.
understand.
Hey, Google, are there any other presidents that have felony convictions against them other than President Trump?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Of course not, you idiot.
She's just having a moment. Let's see. So this, I love this thing. So this article came out. Beijing is doomed, doesn't have a chance. And I'm like, wow, what's going on?
What? Who wrote that from?
So then it comes out, tiny Colorado company building America's rare earth empire. So these son of a bitches they have put together a whole supply chain, manufacturing chain, the whole 9 yards, and they did it in under a year. China is crapping themselves.
Wow.
Because now they want to take this out across the country.
And where are they?
South
Colorado,
America.
you say?
Yeah, they're in Colorado right now. Yeah.
Nice.
So
there you go, Heidi.
Colorado, they're saying that they'll take more than 30% of the rare earth minerals just this year alone. It's they're booming. Well, China should
30%. How much is
China has 90%.
That's going to knock theirs down to 60.
Yeah, and there's some other countries coming in too.
Is my math wrong or right on that? It's going
to knock it down to 60, and then probably there's some other companies coming in as well, plus some new companies in the U.S. By 2028, they'll probably have about a 40% market share, so they'll have lost significant. But
so instead of playing ball with President Orange with the 34 felonies under his name, they decided to be douchebags, and now they're paying the price for it.
Yeah. Well, I watched this propaganda from China today about colonization of the moon. They're talking like they're already doing it. Oh, they said America probably won't even get up there till 2030. Well, we just came back, so they're way off.
Well, yeah, we didn't stop, but we just came back. Yeah.
So they're. I mean, it's pretty propaganda video. I got to give them credit.
Let me ask you something. Every other, particularly the Gemini, when they were trying to find landing spots for Apollo in the last, missions for Gemini, they didn't go around once and come back. They went around 7-8 times.
Oh yeah, they did.
Why didn't they go around more than once or twice?
They only went, if I remember correctly, one loop. So they went out, around, back, and then around,
they made
and
a
then
figure
home.
8 and used a free, what they call a free return trajectory.
Yeah, so they did one
loop
loop
for the burn home. Yeah,
they did one loop around the moon. So when they came in and went out past the moon, came back, then looped the moon, like they were pulling themselves in closer to the moon,
right?
And zipping back to
return
Earth.
Trajectory, exactly like I said.
Why they only did 2 loops, I have no idea. And none of these were officially NASA astronauts in the way we think of NASA astronauts.
No, they're all military.
No. They were.
Aren't they?
I think. Wait, hold on. I might be getting 2 different crews confused. Give me a second. Because there was another crew that just came back.
Was the crew of Artemis 2 all military pilots?
Yeah, I think they were all pilots. And the other crew was all scientists. All right.
Entirely made up of military pilots. While the mission commander, pilot, and 1 mission specialist have military backgrounds, mission specialist Christina Koch is a civilian engineer and research scientist.
Okay.
Yeah,
All but one. Or ex or current military. Well, she was sounding probably all current, all ex, but
no. She said 2 were military, 2 weren't military. So
3. Hey, Google, repeat that.
You better tell her what to repeat, the dumbass.
No, the Artemis II crew is not entirely made up of military
You
pilots.
got it right, though. She said
While the
it.
mission commander, pilot, and one mission specialist have military backgrounds,
Who's the mission
Christina
specialist?
Koch is a civilian engineer and research scientist.
So the little
Three
chick
of the
was,
four.
Yeah, who
Three
was
of the four.
Who was the damn, who did she say the other mission specialist was? The other one was military, but I didn't
Hey
hear
Google, name the 4 mission crew for Artemis 2.
we only needed the mission specialist, but okay.
The Artemis II crew members are Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, and mission specialists Christina Koch and Jeremy Hansen.
There you go.
Yeah. So there's 2 crews. This is what gets us so weird. I just met one of the astronauts in LA this past week. She was from Scandinavia. She was a mission commander. So this is weird. And I got to always keep these separate because it gets a little confused in my head. SpaceX has a mission commander on takeoff. But once everybody gets in space, they just do their job. There is no commander. NASA has a commander throughout the entire mission. They usually have a flight commander, and then they have a mission commander. And sometimes it's the same person, sometimes it's not. But there's
Like for instance, in Apollo, it would be Michael Collins when Buzz and Aldrin, Buzz and what's his name are on the
but in NASA,
Armstrong
there's always at least 2 military people in every NASA flight. But SpaceX, a lot of times, no one is military. No one. It's crazy. It's a whole different. And I didn't realize it until I was listening to this keynote speak at the gala event that night. She was sitting at the table with us, so I was actually getting to seriously talk to her. And the guy next to me was a science geek, so we were geeking out pretty hard, and we got into some serious conversations. So when she got up there, she clarified to everybody, no, I was the mission commander. I am not military. I was born in Norway, and she's something to do with cameras. They said it was easier to train her to be an astronaut than to train her filming skill.
Yeah.
So
correct.
So she's up there, and she was really nice. And then the other astronauts all had their own special.
If I recall correctly, Stanley Kubrick was only given a few weeks to give the Apollo astronauts and other astronauts, just like the briefest, rudimentary skill set for the 8 and 16 millimeter cameras they brought with themselves.
Jimmy, he actually did make a replica landing. I don't know why people try to hide that. No, he did.
He did for a NASA documentary on what they were about to propose to get them to get money for the program. And then he also, if you ever seen the movie Apollo 11, that's when, or is it Apollo 13 with Tom Hanks? Whatever one where the one Apollo 13. Thank you. Yeah, Apollo 13. It's that scene where the other pilot who they thought was going to be sick by the time they reached the moon and throwing up and getting the other pilot sick. When they show him in the simulator, Kubrick did help them with those simulators and building those. And then from that idea, that technology, Kubrick encountered a young man named George Lucas, who was in college at the time with some other famous directors. And that's where the idea of motion control cameras comes from.
Jimmy, no, they did the filming as a documentary, but they also did it so the president told them to make a backup in case it crashed on the moon. Well, the problem is you can tell the difference between the original moon landing and Stanley Kubrick's rendition of it, which is good, but you can obviously tell it's not real. Well, you can tell the capsules and the ships aren't real, and just by looking at them. It's not even. Well, it wasn't like they were trying to hide it. No, the crazies are the ones that said it was that. Nobody sane thought that was real. Anybody who saw
it was just it wouldn't have worked anyway.
Yeah, and the kitty cat walking across the set. I mean, come on, give me a break. How many cats?
Part of the set falls over.
Yeah, that's insane.
One of the astronauts falls on his ass. I mean, it's just comical. It's like Keystone Cops kind of Three Stooges slapstick. It's that ridiculous. It really is.
So this was sent to me. Something is forming around Saturn's rings. or I'm sorry, something that is forming around Saturn and it's raising serious concerns. So when I read this, something that the planets are sweeping the rings, they're sweeping them out. So they're showing how the planets absorb or gather. Some places they force the little pieces of ice and rock out. Some places it's adhering to the planet. Certain types are sticking to certain types of planets that are going through there, but it's changing the size and trajectory of the planets, which is not something or I should say moons, which is not something they expected.
So there's something that's a gravity source that's pushing the moons of Saturn.
It just sounds like it sounds like the moons. No, it sounds like the moons itself is just absorbing all the debris from the rings, and it's changing the moons themselves. Because the rings are going to go away. They said the rings will be going away before end of our lifetime. They'll be gone. There won't be any more rings around Saturn.
Oh, here's a cool thing.
That's still
dwarf planets included, terrestrial planets and their moons. Okay, Mercury 0, Venus 0 moons, Earth 1, although it has one temporary moon named 2020 CD3 Mars.
For a little while.
So we have 2. I didn't know that. That's new.
We had that. It's like a little asteroid.
Gas giant planets. Jupiter has 95 moons. Saturn has 146 moons. I thought it was 262. Uranus has 27 moons. Neptune has 14 moons. And dwarf planets, Ceres 0, Pluto 5. Wow, I thought I only had 2. And then that's it.
And poor Pluto can't even be a planet. It's got 5 moons. I mean, give the damn thing a break, man.
Yeah. It's got more moons than Mercury.
It's
Mercury's a planet, and it's like right up on top of the sun, but it's a planet.
Oh, you hear they're bringing the firing squad back as the official way to be executed in the military now.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That means 7 guys or 6 guys with blank bullets, or maybe sometimes they do it with 5 guys and 2 with live rounds, just to be sure. But usually it's 6 guys with blanks and 1 guy with the live round, and then no one knows which gun has it, just to protect their self-consciousnesses.
Yeah, no, the guns are preloaded, Jimmy. Yeah, and you just come up and shoot it.
They're handed out at random.
They're all going to kick. They all got a powder charge. It's just some don't. Only one of them has a bullet. Well, 2 of them usually. No, Jay's right. They usually do 2, unless it's like a really group of crack shots, but they don't want you to suffer, so they usually do 2. So let's see.
Yeah.
Experts warn of chilling effect as Trump considers government takeover of Spirit Airlines. Didn't we take over Chrysler for a while? I thought I remembered that. Back in the day, we got involved and gave them money and did all sorts of shit.
I believe. Yeah, so Iacocca I believe, was the chief executive officer of that company, and I believe he highly worked the government all the time. I mean, cheap contracts for government, vehicle fleet sales and that kind of thing.
So NASA's saying that they may have been wrong. There may be some type of alien life on the moon. Some new findings suggest that something may be alive up there.
Really? Where?
On the moon. They just said, they didn't say where. And then better than that, they got that big thing bulging on the thing. It's like, so in case you don't know, people, the dark side of the moon or the other side of the moon is thicker than the side that we see. And there's a big radiation field over there with something large buried underneath. They think it's maybe a big steel remnant of a giant asteroid or something. But some people think maybe because it's giving off a particular radiation that it's a spacecraft of some kind. Whatever it is, it's been underneath there forever. It's been there forever. You can tell by just looking at it, the area, but still it's there. So they found that, and they found some other weird stuff. And recently, China added to our understanding of how many what looks to be cave systems or lava tubes that are under the surface of Mars. Of the moon. Also, we know that there's water on the moon now, at least in ice form.
Yes.
So there's way more resources than we originally thought. So no, it's not. It's all finite resources, but still, it's there, and we're close enough for Earth for like water and stuff like that. And once there's enough water up there, recycling will handle it. Yeah. Well, they don't have to bring in water from Earth. I mean, there's water, ice all throughout the solar system. They really want to, they can just fly it in there and crash it into the ground.
Yeah, water ice is one of the most abundant things in the Oort cloud because it's one of the lighter materials on the scale of if you want to call it mineral hardness.
Let me see what we got here. The alien
or
who
let's
walked
not on the mineral, not on the hardness, on the specific gravity scale of minerals. Water's fairly light.
Yeah. Well, James, you can test it yourself. Take any liquids and put them in a bowl together. So if you've got water, oil floats on top of water.
Yes.
It's crude oil actually is lighter than
and
water.
What do you think water floats on, Joe?
No, I've seen water float on. Well, I've seen it actually float on gas. So
gas and alcohol. Well, no, gas floats on water. Alcohol.
No, not. Oh well, yeah, but I wasn't talking about.
I had a class in mineralogy, and my teacher had a beaker, and he said this beaker is water, and he put ice in it, and the ice went to the bottom. The reason was because what was in the beaker was not water; it was alcohol. Straight, 200 proof alcohol in the water.
Jesse, you can't swim in crude oil; you'll sink. Yeah. No, I found that out the hard way. My stepfather owned a shipping company that worked on big ships, and we were out there. I was fresh out the Navy. We were out there helping them clean out these giant pistons. So you have to dive down in there. So they gave you air and a rope because once you hit the oil, you couldn't swim. You would just sink. Yeah, there was no swimming involved in it at all. They had to do with buoyancy. And on the ships, most people don't realize it, but they store the fuel oil and the water together. So they use it as ballast. So what happens is they have these separators, these big stainless steel bowls, and they run it through at high speed, and it separates the water from your fuel. So the fuel goes to the engine clean, and the water goes back in the ballast tanks. Actually, quite simplistic, to be honest with you. Whoever thought
without doing that, the sub with almost any big vessel on the water would become unstable without that kind of systems.
Yeah, and it also keeps the fuel less volatile because it's being stored in liquid water. Yeah, it forces the gases out, and it's cool. So anyway, where were we? Oh, the alien who walked into the Pentagon and asked for the president.
Thor, what was his Valiant Thor?
Valiant Thor. Give me president or give me death, and somebody shot him in the head.
But he got to see the president, didn't he?
Actually, him and his I guess his girlfriend or female friend,
female.
I'm not sure what you want to call her.
Strange person with.
We weren't real woke back then, so
what was her name? I don't remember her name. Do you?
Jill, I think was her name. Don't hold me to it, people. It's been a long time. So
hey, Google, what was the alien Thor Valiant's female friend's name?
In American Horror Story, the character Valiant Thor works closely with an alien named Theta, who leads their experiments to create a hybrid species.
Theta, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, shut up, quiet.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing she's talking about.
It's a TV show, but I'm shocked she knew that. So yay on Google.
Let's see, where will we go? 30 million vanishes overnight now. Omar faces a full-blown scandal.
30 million of that dollars. Yeah, $30 million goes from, what is it now? I heard 6 to 18. And you said 18 to 95.
Well, so that's what's so funny about this. So originally that's what I heard, 6 to 18. And then tonight when I was researching for the show, it came up 18 to 95. I guess somebody said, well, you made too much money for that.
The explanation that is given from her lawyer's side is a calculation error. How do you make an error from 95,000 to 30 million?
The staff said she signed off on that. So, and on top of that, that means she paid taxes on $30 million. So even if it's only 10%,
she didn't, and she's either way, she's committed tax fraud.
Yeah. So something went down here, and now everybody wants to know what went down. She's got herself in trouble. I don't know if she's going to get out of it or not. The Democrats are looking.
She will get out of it when she gets out of jail. Or we get deported.
I think the Democrats need some scapegoats. That's why they're using that guy in California the same way.
Yeah, Smallwell. Yeah.
No, right now.
Well, I mean, Smallwell is one of the sacrifices. I'll bet you Omar's next. I'll bet you Tampon Tim's another one they're going to sacrifice.
I don't know. Tim's back out traveling again with a new agenda.
He's gonna get. He's swinging in the wind, buddy. Have you heard his speeches? He's pleading for his life.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
He's gone. Yeah, he is out of there.
Well, Newsom's trying to stay relevant, but the problem for Newsom is he's got California
He's an idiot.
around his neck,
and he's an idiot.
People are leaving. It's not just that people. It's not that the people were leaving California. Come on, Apple has been in California since Apple was fucking founded.
I would like to see my Senator Fetterman primary Governor Newsom. I'll bet you $5 Fetterman beats his ass.
Well, right now there's a debate whether they're going to let Fetterman run as a Democrat. I was listening to Omar and him talk about it today.
Why? Because he's trying to keep the wheels of government moving by stepping aside from the TDS.
By not siding with the squad, and the squad's in trouble. So
they're committing complete not political suicide, but a career suicide. Every one of them. Who's going to reelect these fools if all their states start losing money and get sanctioned versus the feds for not being cool?
What's this one? NASA tried growing life on the moon, and the results were shocking. The shit actually grew.
Yeah,
but it didn't grow like this though. It grew like.
Well, we can't see your camera's off.
Oh, how did my damn camera get off? Oh, because the thing's on there. Anyway, so if you had like a ball, it like grew out away from the ball instead of up towards the light. It grew just in every direction is what it did. And they learned that when they had those chicken embryos up there, and the chicks that were born didn't have legs. They had wings but no legs.
Well, they were probably without legs. Chickens that could probably fly well. Chickens are not. I mean, yes, they can fly. What about? I think 7 to 12 feet up in the air and maybe 30 yards before their wings give out. Because it's not because they're flyers. They're ground hens. Almost all chickens. So they don't fly very far. You can throw a football far. You can throw a football and hit them out of the sky with it. They're terrible flyers.
Yeah, they are. And
without legs, they probably are a lot better. Yeah. That's extra weight. I think chickens have actual bone, solid bone legs, and the rest of them are like bird bones. So they're kind of hollow bones. They're airy. You know what I mean? That's why they don't fly well. It's the legs.
Sun just fired 2 massive X flares off at the planet. Somebody should be getting some really nice auroras, or some bad electronics. They
what did you say? X-rays?
X-rays, yes, what it said. Massive. No, I'm sorry. It says massive X flares. What it says. The sun just fired 2 massive X flares at Earth within hours.
Hey Google, what does it mean when the sun throws an X flare?
An X-class flare is the sun's most powerful type of solar explosion. They can trigger global radio blackouts and long-lasting radiation storms in Earth's atmosphere.
Well, there y'all go, people. You're going to have some atmospheric problems for a little while.
And like you said, probably some fantastic auroras if you're near the area.
They built the new deadliest hypersonic missile the world is so afraid of.
Who?
Us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. it's a new one for us. Some new SARS bullshit.
Hey, welcome back, Heidi.
Let's see. Where are we? Okay, NASA scientists backs evidence of non-human intelligence in Earth's skies. The fucking heck. Give me a break. This is that one. The spy plane the U.S. government says doesn't exist, but actually exists.
What? Can we see a picture, please?
They say it makes the SR-72 look like it's not moving.
Make it look like a go-kart.
And SR-72 is supposed to be doing Mach 6.
Yeah. We're thinking more like Mach 8 or 9.
Yeah, let's see. Science decodes 200 million year old space signal and what it means for us. So this thing just blasted us out of nowhere. 200 million year old space signal. NASA's they're gonna post the analysis in the next day or two.
An exploding star, I'm thinking probably.
Maybe so. They know sort of what it is. Some type of what do they call it? It's oh fuck, I forgot what the name of it was now, but they talked about it was a certain type of jet they think it is, and they're not 100% sure. Then there's something else for y'all. NASA satellite captures mysterious human voices echoing through space.
Wow.
And they don't know where it's coming from, but it's human voices. World's first light
NASA
propulsion.
has started eating some of the bullshit that they're serving the rest of us, or wow, they're losing it.
They're actually finally saying, hey, you know, there's a lot of weird shit going on. We're just going to tell y'all, and y'all can figure it out because we can't.
Yeah, you're the conspiracy theorist. You figure it out, right?
Yeah, world's first light propulsion. Metajets could enable 20-year mission to Alpha Centauri. What 20 years? Fuck you. You get there on stepping stone in 20 years. I mean, shit, it's only 4 light years away.
Get there in like days travel or 4 days travel or whatever the hell it is.
So, I mean, at light speed, you could get there in 4 years.
Yeah, but I mean, depending on how fast they have a way to like step it up, like Mach 2 and whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm
so
just saying
they can do it in 4 hours, 4 days, 4 months, 4 years. You know what I mean?
So the way you look at it is light speed takes you 4 years. Twice light speed takes you 2 years. 4-time light speed takes you 1 year. 8-time light speed takes you 1 month. And so on and so forth. So pretty soon it's just a few seconds to go from there.
So like warp 8, you're there in like 30 days, and all you have to do is clean out the shitter when you get to the other end.
Yeah. Warp 10, you're there in about 8 minutes. And you're like, well, that was a quick trip. But the way we're going to do it is going to be stepping stones. And so it will take a few years. So it'll take us, so you set up all these bases going out to Vega or to Alpha.
Waypoints along the way.
Yeah. So you're gonna go to the moon first, and then you probably hop over, depending on, you might go over to Mars. More than likely, you're going to go to zone L11. They're going to put you in that launching zone where they got that cosmic wind that blows through the middle of the solar system. So
wouldn't you think like a base on one of the moons of Saturn or Jupiter would be better for like?
Oh, they're going to be one on both. There'll be moons on both, because there'll probably be more than that, because they'll be moving and stuff. So you're going to want bases at certain times as ships are coming through. So you'll probably have a Titan base, a Europa base, and as they're coming through your top with those bases,
that makes sense.
You might spend 6 months at that base waiting on the ship that's coming from the next port. The ship you on may have stopped there and turned around.
Jupiter, 95 moons. Saturn, 146.
That's what I'm saying. So it's all kind of places.
Neptune, 14. That's a shit ton of places to put bases.
Yeah, so you could have hotels and all. You could have hotels and all sorts.
Gambling, hookers.
So anyway, you'll probably the way it'll happen is you'll probably take that ship out. It'll drop you off either at Jupiter or Saturn. You'll be staying somewhere there. I mean, you may be staying for a couple of days, couple of months, couple of weeks, whatever. You're going to be staying there. Then your ship is already out there coming back is going to pick you up and take you out to the edge of the Oort cloud, which puts you halfway to Proxima. You'll probably spend a couple of days there, maybe a couple of weeks at some station. The ship coming from Proxima, from halfway to Proxima, will pick you up. And then halfway to Proxima, there'll be another base, and you'll stop there. But then you're only 1 light year from Proxima. So you'll hop on your ship at half light speed probably and be there in a year. So the whole trip will take you 10 years, but it won't be 10 years. It'll be 10 years broke up into pieces. You won't be just 10 years on a ship. You'll be sometime here, sometime there, sometime at a base. Is that a damn salamander on my wall? You better get out of my house, buddy. You fixing to be eaten by one of my dogs. Yes, they eat salamanders. What can I tell you?
But also the cool thing that sounds. I mean, everyone always tries to explain the time factor, the time warp factor. Why things will change. Like you go from Earth to Jupiter, for example, 2-year trip right now and come back. If you were to do it at light speed, it would take, I guess, 1 light year. But everything on Earth would have changed 4 or 5 years, depending on how long.
No, not at light speed. Once you break the threshold, everything's in real time. So if you're traveling at warp 2, and it takes you 2 years to get to, and 2 years back, 4 years will have passed for everybody on Earth, just like for you. But If you're anywhere below light speed threshold, the closer you get to light speed, the further, the longer it takes. So if you're traveling, say, 9.9% light speed, and you're only traveling, say, to Jupiter, which would take you a couple of years, I mean, literally 1,000 years would have passed on Earth. I mean,
I was going to say the only way for it to really work is that the technology has to take the vehicle out of the time-space continuum that we know of this reality, transports it to the other place, lickety split, and then brings it back into this reality in the same, it's almost nearly at the same instant that it left the location it was. It was kind of like the way they describe travel through space in the Dune series of science fiction novels.
Light speed. So light speed travel for humans may be easier than by ship. In other words, put us in a teleporter, disintegrate us, shoot us out to another place somewhere, and rematerialize us there. Same thing with supplies. Then you wouldn't need the spaceship. You don't only need a spaceship to initially get there. Once you were there, you could have it. Like,
you don't need to carry. You don't need to carry. Food for. Let's say we're using the USS Enterprise, the original one. That ship, once they finalized everything and it got through some of the goofiness that was, facts that they needed to lock down first, the crew was a total of 430 people, and I believe the total was like 25 or 30 of that was officer, and the other 400. I was thinking it was 25 and 405. 405 was enlisted, and 25 were officer crew. You didn't need to carry food for 430 people. You could just go to a wall, like Joe said, and say, "Give me tacos, beef, crunchy, hot now." Bing, 30 seconds, you got tacos. Give me a po' boy. Give me a roast beef au jus, whatever you want, and the wall gives it to you. It looks just like a microwave, except it's just a small cavity in the wall, and it doesn't do anything until you talk to it. Say, "Give me food," or give me liquor, and get Klingon smoking vodka. Be a great thing.
The powers to be say, regardless what the polls are, it says the more Trump takes control, the further Dems get away from control in the House and the Senate. They said that they don't care what Trump's actual polling numbers are, because the Democrats' polling numbers are so much worse, it doesn't really matter. And Trump's not the one running the election. Other Republicans are that are not in bad standing. It's so.
And what is it, like three? Is it like 2 Republicans against like 4 Democrats or something like that?
Oh, in Cali, it was like 8 or 9 Democrats. I think it's down to 5 now. Somebody else dropped out today.
But there were only like 2 Republicans who made all those Democrats.
And they're first and second. The Republicans are first and second. And if it stays like
5 or 6 remaining Democrats.
Yeah.
I mean,
but it doesn't matter. If both the Republicans are there when the field ends, no Democrat gets to run. They have an open primary. They don't have a party primary. Because Democrats are controlled so long, they didn't worry about it. So there was always a Democrat up there to run. But now,
it sounds like they're getting ready to be fixed, voted out of existence. The Democrats.
They I'm sure they're going to have their votes, but right now, if it stays the way it is, the 2 Republicans will be going against each other for the job. There won't be any Democrat up there, and both Republicans.
Well, maybe one will become governor and the other will become lieutenant governor.
Well, they both said the same thing. Expect immense amount of change. They're gonna repeal all kind of stuff. They said they're gonna repeal all kind of stuff and launch all kind
You're gonna see the seed of government go from extreme liberal to extreme conservative, like overnight.
No, you're gonna see a lot of people probably going to jails, which you're probably gonna see, or a lot of money being found.
Bingo.
Well, Jesse, it's hard to put Congress people in jail because they're good lawyers and they don't like to start doing that.
Well, they're sleazeballs, yeah.
And that's the thing. Even though they hate each other, they don't want to put each other in jail, because that means if you put one of them in jail, they're going to want to put you in jail. But no, they never leave Trump alone. I mean, they want to. If they win the House back, they're going to try to impeach Trump again. The only difference is there's a movement that they need to pay for everything out of pocket unless they can get him. You're never going to get 2/3 of Congress to vote against the president. You'd have to lose. You'd have to lose
the judicial systems as well.
You'd have to lose that many people to do it, and there's not even that many seats up for grabs in the election. So there's no way to do it.
And the weird thing is that they only need 2 But they think that at the worst, some of the analysts are saying at the worst, if they really, do their homework and change overnight, the Democrats might be able to swing 4 seats and then take control of the Senate again. But it's still all they need is 2 seats.
I don't know if they can get the Senate. Well, maybe they can. The Senate, they need, I think, 6 or 7 seats to get it.
Well, I guess what the analyst was trying to get the gist of through his analyses was that if they get those 2 seats from the House, they have a better chance of taking over the Senate.
No,
you know what I mean?
That doesn't really matter. The Senate has nothing to do with the House. They're separate chambers.
No, but it does. But sometimes that gives a boost to gaining control in one side or the other.
Usually in midterm, what you see is the holding party gains more in the Senate, and they usually lose the House, and it's a split. That's almost always, not always, but almost always. But if you look at Bill Clinton, that's how it happened to him. It happened to Trump. It happened to Barack Obama. It's just, so you generally lose the House at midterm. And if you're still going to run for a second term and you're still doing crappy, you may win the presidency. But in Obama's case, he lost the House and the Senate for the whole rest of the time. So for 2 years, they controlled everything. For 4 years, they controlled half of everything. And then for the other 6 years, they only controlled the presidency. Nothing else. So, or for 4 years, they could just control the presidency and nothing.
Which is why he's stymied. He wasn't able to get anything through.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. The country wants things to change, and Trump's changing a lot of things. And if he gets out there and starts really talking, so where are we at right now? So we're going into May. So June, July, August, September, October. He's got 5 good. Oh no, I'm not even worried about this. Never mind. I forgot how many months we were away from November. Well, the election's in November. Shit. Because what's going to happen is I see the Republicans are already starting to do this.
Let me see if I can find out for you. Maybe there's a counter up there.
They're pushing the Democrats to say what they're going to do to change things, how they're going to change things. Not just, we're going to change things, we're going to get rid of Trump. They want to know how. I know. No, we got to go in a few minutes, but let me see if I still got this thing up here. Maybe we'll play it if I do. Let me see.
Oh, what do you know?
Is this it? Let's see.
Oh, you got one already up there, damn it.
Hold on. It's only 4 minutes, I think. If I can get it to fucking play. Where's the button? Oh, there it is. Hello, button. Hello.
Sometimes you can use the space bar. It'll play a video as well.
Yeah, no, usually I can just hit enter and it plays it. What the hell's going on?
If not, click on the screen and then hit the space button.
There it goes. There it goes. It was.
Okay. Quite a pivot.
What the hell?
UFOs seem to be a big one.
Flippity floppity.
60 of the clearest UFO sightings ever. That is pretty clear.
Make a bigger joke.
Oh, I remember these.
That one's
I remember.
Bullshit. Come on.
Won't make me let it go bigger. Why want to get bigger?
It's that one down there. Yeah. You missed it. Go back.
Man, get the fuck back over there, thing. Dock back to where you belong.
Go over that one. Yep, there you are. There you go.
When these cosmic perverts came down, tried to have sex with my grandma.
That was fake. That's the second one.
Yeah, that's fake.
Strange lights, silent shapes, mysterious movements. People across the globe have reported sightings for decades, but what happens when the evidence is too clear to ignore? From quiet rural skies to crowded cityscapes, these moments have left witnesses stunned and questions unanswered.
Yeah, it's probably
Here are the
fake.
60 clearest UFO sightings ever recorded in human history.
And
2 men were driving when they suddenly stopped and got out to film something unusual in the sky. As they zoomed in, the object's strange shape became clearer, leaving them stunned. It wasn't or a drone, just something they couldn't explain.
Who's screaming?
Weirdo guy. Shut up.
Tom! Shoo! Get out of here! This ain't your world! They're hiding in our
Running a business can be complicated. Earning cash rewards. The simple plan is Signify Business Cash by Wells Fargo. Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on business purchases. Signify Business Cash, the deliberately simple
Signify the end so
business
we can
credit
skip
card.
it, please.
Terms apply.
Our clouds. Our cloud people.
Yeah, somebody mute or pop that idiot in the face.
The opening moments of the next segment settle on an unexplained form, resting silently within an open field. Its contours are stark against the landscape, motionless and seemingly grounded.
Wait till you see it move. Yeah, fake.
Wow. What do they want?
I just want to pause.
Nothing. It's fake. Stupid. Watch. How stupid. Faker in hell. That one probably is too, but it's a good one.
I wanted to get there.
Moments of the next segment settle on an unexplained form, resting silently within an open field. Its contours are stark against the landscape, motionless and seemingly grounded.
Wow.
Okay, dude, what kind of crack are you on?
He's an idiot, clearly.
What do they want?
Not you.
They want to freak out people like you that are stupid.
Oh,
don't believe everything.
The sound effects.
Then, without warning, the perspective shifts abruptly, and in that same instant, the object is no longer earthbound. Its ascent now undeniable against the vastness of the sky.
That is undeniable. That's true. You can't deny that.
I can make a much better fake, idiot.
I'm thinking, what the hell were we denying? It's a little thingy in the sky. What the hell? It could be any damn thing.
Yeah. It could be a balloon, for cripe's sake, you know?
Ain't this thing playing? Come on.
Oh, balloon in the sky. Where do you what's that old poem?
I know this is garbage, whatever this is.
99 red balloons go by.
Oh, loof.
99 Luft balloons.
Let's see where we're going. Skip your bald ass out of the way, dude.
Yeah.
Go over here.
All right. What else did this thing have on
I'm
it?
trying to find it. Wait, what we got here? Let's go over here.
Okay, this one might be a legitimate one. This is Mexico. Could be one of the probe devices.
Shit, I think it's something from SpaceX.
It could be that too. I've seen something similar in Savannah on my way into work. Something about the size of a trash can or a 50-gallon barrel sized thing just floating in the air, not even rotating really, just sitting there floating 1,000 feet in the air, something like that. Well, that could be coral draw right there. I can do that. That's easy to do. That's an easy one to fake.
I always find that half the time they got these saucers wobbling, the other time they got them tilted upward, like they're not going to fly.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to determine between the two different focusing patterns on the waveguide conduits, which have 3 different devices underneath the machine. What's this? A walking alien or a tree that's alive? Give me a break.
They're trying to show you that whatever that blue thing is behind.
Oh, that lenticular cloud? Yeah, whatever.
The tree did kind of look like Godzilla, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, a Godzilla esque.
So yeah, they're trying to show some sort of thing behind the clouds. Wow.
That's a jet.
That appears to be an airport, isn't it?
That's another jet. People, those are jets.
Well, what's that right in the middle there? That kind of, I don't know. Fake.
That's a jet. Right awful low there.
No, I'll tell you this much. No legitimate UFO I'd ever seen has flashing lights. Usually either the whole device glows usually at night or it does not.
Yeah, they don't have running lights. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. And they don't blink, and they don't run in sequence, and they're not colored. The color of the glow of the ship indicates how they have the engines focused, and probably would tell you how much their speed is. Yeah, that's the countdown to the midterms, 192 days.
Oh, that what it was? Oh, that's cool. 192 days.
And 1 hour.
It's just 101. Oh, Demi. Let's see. See if we got anything left on here before we go. Oh, let me take that back. Okay, put this up. That's Omar. We all love us some Omar.
No, is this new? Is this fresh?
Let's see. Minnesota Fraud Committee suspects Omar's involvement in feeding our future scheme. No, I heard this got to be a couple days old. I heard this the other day. Let's see if we can hear Joe Rogan.
Yeah, nothing.
You can't hear it.
I don't hear it. Click the link. Yeah, I didn't hear it.
You're pathetic.
Did you see him the other day standing behind the president or signing into law, the psychedelic law or whatever that they put
International news organization is getting 43,000 people watching their show. That's nuts.
Listen, CNN. Listen, CNN.
They got like 43,000 people watching CNN.
You people are so pathetic at CNN.
Which is insane.
That's why your ratings are so bad, because you're pathetic.
That's...
Uh-oh.
Wait, what? Where am I? This ain't the Oval Office. Did Jill forget to wake me up again? Or is this Delaware?
Sorry, Joe. You died in your sleep, peacefully, snoring probably. Welcome to heaven, big guy.
Charlie Kirk? Is that you?
Yes, sir.
So I'm dead? No. Come on, man. I can't be dead. I got too much to live for. I was going to run for president again. The chocolate chip ice cream in the freezer, the afternoon naps. I still got to finish, the thing. Please send me back, Charlie, please.
Joe, you already served 2 terms, lost the plot halfway through the second one, and the country's still recovering from your victory lap. But fine, God's got a soft spot for you. I can send you back. There's just one tiny catch.
Anything. I'll take it. Just get me back to Earth, please.
Okay, you're getting reincarnated. Pick fast. Hen or rabbit?
Rabbit. Nah, those things hop around like Hunter on a Friday night, way too fast, way too jumpy. My knees couldn't handle it, even in a brand new body. No thanks. Hen. I choose hen.
All right, Joe. Hen it is. Enjoy your new life. Try not to get turned into nuggets.
Damn, I can't believe I am a hen.
Hey, Sleepy Joe. Welcome to Earth, man.
Trump, you chose being a hen, too.
Yes, Joe. How's your first day here?
Not bad, actually. The corn's free. The fox is nowhere in sight. And nobody's asking me about the border. But I got this strange feeling inside like I'm going to explode.
Oh, you're ovulating. Don't tell me you've never laid an egg before.
Never. I mean, I laid...
Lord, man.
This is why blocking spam calls never stops them.
Wait.
It.
What is it that you get paid currently?
Senator, that's well disclosed in our proxy documents in each of the years that I've been employed.
Yeah, but what is it?
It's a big number, sir.
Well, let me help you out. It's 32.8 million this year. Does that sound right?
Yes, it does.
That's a 45% increase over last year. Does that sound right?
Yes, it does.
You've got 32,000 machinists. These are American workers who work for you. These are Boeing employees in the Pacific Northwest. Well, they got 1% wage increases over 8 years. 1% over 8 years. You got a 45% increase just last year, and you're making $33 million. You think maybe these folks deserve a raise?
Oh, they will definitely get a raise.
Good. I hope it's a substantial one. And I hope that maybe this will be an opportunity for Boeing under new leadership to reverse course and actually start making things again, start making things in this country again, and start paying its people well. I've listened to your testimony, and it seems like the gist of it seems to be that if you could just get your employees to comply, follow the rules, follow your management techniques, etc., things would be better. I don't think the problem's with the employees.
Oh, it's
actually,
not. It is
no,
not.
I think the problem's with you.
Yeah.
Wow. These people are clearly bored in their jobs. Yep. Oh, nice.
No, I assume that one thing there.
That's the sound.
Big news. Mint just launched home.
Did you know that they have opened up a new store in New York City? Anybody heard about the new store in New York City?
Good.
It's called the Husband Store.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
And you can go there and shop for a husband. There's 6 floors in this store. You can only visit each floor one time, though. And each floor you go up, the value increases. You may choose any item from any particular floor, but you can go up a floor, but you cannot go back down. So there was a woman who went to the husband store to find herself a husband. On the first floor, the sign on the door read, "These men have jobs." That sounded good. These men have jobs. Floor 2 says, "These men have jobs and love kids." Floor number 3 said, "These men have jobs, love kids, and are extremely good looking." Wow, she thought, this is sounding pretty good, but I'm compelled to go on to the next floor. Well, she does go to the 4th floor, and the sign reads, "These men have jobs, love kids, are drop dead, good looking, and they help with the housework." Oh, mercy me, she said, I can hardly stand it. Still, she said, I've got to go on. She went to the 5th floor. "These men have jobs, love kids, are drop dead, gorgeous, help with the housework, and have a very strong romantic streak." But she couldn't stand it. She decided she had to just find out what was on floor number 6. Floor number 6 said, "You are visitor 31,456. To this floor, there are no men on this floor. This floor exists solely as proof that women are impossible to please." Did you know that
An atheist asked a Christian word?
Wrong, but worth it.
Yes, it was good. You walked right into that one. I played it for a friend of mine. She's like, "That was just low, Joe." I'm like, "No, I mean, I can make the joke up." No, guys, what are you? I don't think. Well, Jay just posted the amount. What was it? 192.01. 192 days in 1 second or one. I don't know what the hell that one's for, but it's in there for some reason. No, we're gonna turn that off. You don't need to see that. There you go. No, we're getting ready to go, but
wrong button.
I think we've been through all the stories. Oh wait, we're not on camera. No, I think we've been through. No, I think we've been through all the stories. It's well, we had quite a few little weird alien things tonight that came out of the blue. Yeah, they were oddball stories. So recap real quick. Well, we're still at day 50 going on. Well, it's day 57 now of the Iran war. Trump seems to firmly have been putting his foot in everybody's nuts. It looks like that we have control of the strait for the most part. He said any ships he sees or any boats he sees putting out mines to sink them and destroy them. He told the Europeans, you might as well fucking stay home now. We have control of the strait. So what the fuck we need you for?
Yeah.
It is a possibility that
we're flowing again.
It's a good chance will we be leaving NATO or part of NATO, and it's a good chance we're going to take a big chunk of money away from the UN, because why? We don't get anything from the UN. All we ever get is a veto vote. So fuck them. Let China or Russia pay for them. Shit, let Europe pay for them. Why do we pay for them? We already pulled out of World Organization. We're telling we're not giving them any more money. Shit, Trump said he wants a rebate because we ain't got anything for all the other money we've already given them.
And we were paying for what, 85% of their income for that organization?
So when you look at how much money the Americans and even China was amazed to find out how much money
we were hemorrhaging trillions. Why do you think our debt's so high? We were hemorrhaging trillions to these countries.
So just the UN and NATO correction can save us $3 trillion a year, 10 years compare for a deficit. But actually, it's worse than that because with everything else, it can be up to $7 or $8 trillion a year. We could pay off our debt in 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
Without putting any strain on our country at all. And if Trump's 25 trillion pans out, which it looks like it's going to do, because I've seen a bunch of these companies are already coming in, you'll have this payoff money, debt plus 25 trillion on top of the economy. You can just pay off the debt.
Yeah.
And give everybody in the country $500,000 and
or
still have a good, or $1 million,
or whatever's left over,
still have a good economy. Well,
imagine getting $1 million or $500,000, tax free.
Jimmy, I don't want to sell Europe out, but they've been screwing us, dude. I mean, and they brag about it. That's what's so fucking funny about this. So Canada,
they were our allies throughout World War II, and they still owe us for money from reparations of World War II.
Well, they asked Canadians just recently, how come you can spend so much money in social programs? And they were honest, because America pays for the defense of our nation. So, but we're not getting anything out of that. I mean, we would bomb China regardless if they went there next. We're not going to let them in Canada. But I mean, we shouldn't have to pay for everything. And then Europe's the same way. We're paying for all of that defense over there. Europe makes Europe has 100 million more people than we do. Makes the same amount of money.
People and men aren't, and they have to go to their armies for 2 years in most countries in Europe. Our men are the one who are up there whose lives are on the line.
And so, and of course, Ruto said, well, since we're doing a recap, that if the United States leaves NATO and removes its troops, he was moving to the United States. He's already requested that if this happens that he could come, because he said he wouldn't feel safe in Europe anymore because either Russia or China would invade.
He's probably rich enough he could buy one of those, $1 million Trump visas.
Well, he said it's just going to take too long for Europe to build a defense.
Yeah.
China's got a full out defense.
On their own, with us pulling out, they have no chance. If we stay there until they build up the defense, yeah, but then we're still, footing the bill.
Are they going to pay
soldiers and bases and electrical?
They make us pay for our own bases, and then they tell us we can't fly over. Fuck them. They're on their own. You know what? And then I don't want to put them all because, Eastern Europe is like, no, we want to stay with NATO. Maybe we should just drop England, France, Spain, and Italy and keep everybody else as NATO. Let them go be Brexit or something.
But
Brexit was 9 countries.
Those 3 countries are also founding members of NATO and the UN.
Yeah. But it doesn't do any good because it doesn't help anybody. UN doesn't do anything anymore. Except spend them.
No, I think the 47 years of fighting terrorism, they've gone yellow.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, come on, they just gave Iran a seat. Iran just killed 30,000 of its own citizens, and the fucking UN gives them a seat. Give me a break. And the Pope's over there blowing smoke up their ass. Oh, I seen the Pope had a little change of heart today, though. Yeah, he's having a lot harder time dealing with Iran. It's getting blowback. Well, he didn't think because he was Pope he would get blowback, but I started on their ass just about a week ago going, Mr. Pope, have you read the Bible? It sounds like God's a conservative to me, not a liberal. You better straighten up.
I mean, if you read what's going on in the news, what he was saying is big, pretty much opposite. It doesn't sound very popish.
And that's Pope's the other thing. That's another thing. He's supposed to be praying for Trump's soul, not hating on Trump.
Yes, and praying for the souls of the nasty Iraqi regime guard, and whoever's in control. It seems like there's still a power struggle going on. Like there's only one guy who's allowed to see, Mohaba, whatever.
Trump said they don't really know who's running the government.
Yeah, that's the thing.
There's different people controlling different factions. He said they may have to eventually go in because nobody knows what's going on.
It's like 1 hour they say we're not coming to negotiation. The next hour we say, we're going to go to Qatar and talk to our buddies. While on our way through, we're going to stop in Pakistan for lunch. Fucked up.
Well, the one spokesperson came out and said all kind of stuff, and then whoever the other spokesperson that was in Iran said, no, he didn't speak right. Wasn't clear, whatever. And I mean, that just leaves everybody going, what the fuck? Who's in control of this fucking country? So
I don't think
Trump might have overdone it. The only thing that you
like,
and I need to worry about is that wherever that fucking pancake uranium is, we need to find it.
Hey,
Whether
Joe,
it's a
you know
1 pack,
like?
2 packs, 3 packs, we need to find that shit.
You know what it seems like, though?
The
girl's in charge.
The girl's in charge. It's Charles is in charge. I don't know, guys, but Iran seems to be in deep shit. Oh, now the Dems are trying to get war powers against Trump on Cuba. Trump's not trying to go to war with Cuba. What the fuck is? Did the Dems not have any sense in the head? All Trump was doing was forcing Cuba into giving us our way.
They've read something into the 25th Amendment that they think they can use at any time as a device to get Trump out of office, and they're clearly uninformed, or they're like career politicians and not lawyers. And they don't read the law.
They already told him there's no way to do the 25th Amendment without his own party. That's a waste of time. And even the impeachment right now, they can only get 50 votes, so that's a waste of time. And they're saying even if they win the House,
but you need at least a couple of seats on the Senate that are Republican to come onto their side to get that vote.
Well, no. So that's not how it works. So the House can impeach him on their own. See, impeachment don't mean anything. It just means that we find evidence that you may have committed a crime. 2/3 of the House and the Senate have to vote against him for him to be removed from office. As far as I know, no presidents have been removed under an impeachment. So I don't think
I think Nixon would probably have been, but he abdicated as soon as the ruling came down.
Even Nixon, I don't think you could have got 75% of the votes against him. They had polled.
He was a popular gentleman before the scandal.
Yeah. So I don't think you could have got that. He said it himself. He just was tired of the country being divided. Ford pardoned him, but Ford said it didn't matter. They didn't have the votes to convict him. They were short by at least 50 votes, they said. So there was no conviction going on. But he said he didn't want to spend the next two years in conflict. I mean, he was 6-year president.
He got a lot. That moniker.
Yeah. I mean, he arranged the first meeting between the Russians and the United States. He normalized relationships with China. He did quite a lot, but he's not going to get credit for it because
he allegedly brought Jackie Gleason in on the Roswell and other UFO stuff. Yeah.
He seemed to have a keen interest in it, but and it was on his own boo-boo. You know, somebody fucked up when they went and spied on the Democrats and left that door taped, and that's how they found out. So they called him to tell him what had happened, and instead of him just keeping the tape and saying, "Yeah, they fucked up, and I got them right here. We're going to take care of it," he erased the tapes, and when he erased them, that started the investigation. They could never prove anything though because the tapes had been erased. There was no way to prove it.
They weren't any official tapes anyway. They were something that he installed, which weren't really actually even legal.
No. These were all phone calls in the White House have been taped as long as there's been phones.
Oh, those phone calls. I thought you were talking about the tape recorder he had in his desk. Yeah, that.
No. So when they were talking to him, those reel-to-reels were running.
Yeah, and the NSA would have monitored all of that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so he had them erased, and so there wasn't any actual evidence other than what they said happened, but they couldn't prove it. But he just didn't want to. He just didn't want to do it. Yeah, he just he figured I'm just going to rack the country over 2 years. What he figured is that he would step down. And that the Republicans would have a chance to win again, which I think Jimmy Carter ended up winning. So, and then Ronald Reagan. So it worked out, And then Daddy Bush. They could have had a 16-year run, but Daddy Bush was an idiot. He just didn't know.
Yeah, and then
he caught a bad break.
Also be an idiot, so the apple doesn't fall far from the
tree. He got a bad break when he killed all of what's his name's kids. He blew up the palace and all.
What's the Gaddafi's?
Yeah, he killed like 6 of them or 5 of them, like 3 boys and a girl and a baby.
But I'll tell you what, though,
he killed a bunch of them.
Gaddafi stood, popped back into line as soon as that happened, though, didn't he?
I shouldn't laugh about it, but that's actually what happened.
It isn't funny, but it is comical in a sense. But like I said, it popped him back into line. He stood up and said, "Yes, sir, Mr. President, sir, I'll do what you say." And then when he went against those agreements again, he was taken out by a missile again, once by one. I think probably sent by a destroyer, but we blew his ass up too with a missile.
Yeah, we get tired of playing around, but
Yeah.
we're gonna get Kirby. No, thanks for the questions. No, we almost went the full 4 hours anyway. We're only 16 minutes short. I'm hungry actually. And no, I could find 16 minutes to talk, but there's no reason to. I'm hungry. No, we crossed all our stories plus.
Yeah.
Well, no, Jay and I. Okay, look,
you're
real
getting
quick.
bonus like extra innings here, guys.
So Jay and I have been talking about adding segments to the show. So anybody who's out there might be interested in doing like a 5 or 10 minute segment, get in touch with us and we'll talk to you about it. But we're going to go because I'm hungry. I want to go eat something. Matter of fact, there's a good quesadilla somewhere in that refrigerator I'm fixing to go get into.
But I love quesadilla, but my only problem is I can only eat half a case.
Yeah, you this motherfucker with this half a case. Somebody just slapped this motherfucker. Anyway, on that note, ladies, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank everyone. What do you mean? Oh, because of the mega hat? That was an accident. That was not an accident. We don't do mega hats.
Oh, yeah. And it does say make great America again.
Yeah, so when we were doing the banner, that it just added the hat. But anyway, I want to thank everyone again for listening to United Public Radio News on the Flip Side. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you didn't and you want to roam moon a bitch, please write to Michelle DeRoche. She loves hearing from y'all. She said, please write to her. She feels lonely and out in the cold these days. And she would like someone to write to her and tell her how good of a job she does. Or tell her she's a bitch and so she can bitch slap you into next week. Either way you want to go, it's up to you. I'm warning you about the ladder. That's all. On that note, thanks again.
About how horribly me and Joe tease Sean.
Yes. I was talking with Jay. We're gonna try in the near future to do a special on what's his name? It went right out of my head. The UFO guy.
David Wilcock?
Yeah, David Wilcox.
Wilcock.
Well, we're gonna try to bring the infamous Jeffrey Pritchett on with us. He's infamous. Trust me when I say he's infamous. He earned that fucking title.
I don't know if he's still there. It sounds like he's not. But when Jeffrey was with Before It's News, one of his jobs on that news outlet, if you will, because they're not print, it's just online, but his job was to follow and monitor and post all things David Wilcock. So he's come to know the gentleman fairly well. I think they have met in real life and also have spoken on the show several times.
Yeah, well, I know
before I came in, but he's been on the show.
It was weird. I was telling Michelle, I know he's been on a network on different shows and I can't find an archive anywhere, so I'm gonna have to get
it's
off.
Probably because it was on. It was probably on.
Well, I know some of it was on Gaia, but
what was the one we had before this? It just lost my. I just turned it off when I turned my machine on. Gosh darn it!
Nah, shit happens. Well, what he's thinking about that?
It's the one we used to use before when we had to use the phones and all.
Oh, on fuck! Now you said that Skype.
No, one after that. One before that, rather. It
was Pal Talk? No.
Pal Talk, yeah.
I think it's okay. We were on so that means it's on a hard drive somewhere. So I'll go hunt it down.
Yeah.
So it's not
on someone's computer.
So it's gonna be on a hard drive. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get out of here. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to United Public Radio and News on the Flip Side. No, Jay was double duty tonight. He was with Jeffrey earlier.
Yep. Next week is Wham, so I won't have double duty next week. And the next week will be Wham's last show. Yeah.
No, we call him Papa Smurf for a couple of reasons. Figure it out. Everybody gets nicknames on this network. Yes, they do. Everybody, doesn't matter who you are, everybody gets nicknames. So it was nice to see our good friend stop in tonight. Emilia Passanio, yes.
Yeah.
Amelia the Sandwich Girl. That's what we're going to start calling
the queen of the network food porn segment.
Anyway, I want to thank y'all again for tuning in to United Public Radio News on the Flip Side. I hope you really did enjoy the show. Until tomorrow, I'll be back with Arthur's Quill earlier on with myself and John Goodwin, and then Jay and I and Sean will be back. So I want all y'all to start writing to Michelle. We want to do a new panel. Yes, but I'm not sure on what topic yet. Well, the David Wilcox is going to be a different thing, but I'm thinking we might do something a little more, something a little different. Anyway, again, thanks for tuning in to United Public Radio News on the Flip Side. I will see y'all tomorrow. Jay will see y'all tomorrow evening. Have some fun. Enjoy your lives. And till then, eat, be happy, and have many babies. Good night, everybody.